Good afternoon from Bridgestone Arena. I'm Joe Hunk as we are getting ready for the opening round of the SEC tournament. The Titans making some news, adding some backup role pieces just a few moments ago as they have signed running back Julius Chestnut to a one-year deal, as well as tendered linebacker Jack Gibbons. Also happening around the NFL, wide receiver Mike Williams has been released by the LA Chargers. Now, before you get excited, because he had two 1,000-yard receiving years in 2019 and 2021. Last year, he only played in 3 games and had less than 300 yards receiving. And tonight, Vanderbilt and Arkansas get everything going at 6 p.m. as I try to stay focused for all of your foundation repair waterproofing needs. You need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for the Tennessee Titans, as well as home for Joe taking a lot of Adderall. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Good job. Three HL 104.5 The Zone. We are out and about today in the concourse at Bridgestone Arena, outside gate 118. Gate? Is it a gate? Outside section 118, 119, next to the frozen cocktails.
And?
Tito's handmade vodka.
And?
Ices.
And?
A bike.
Humphrey Street Coffee.
Walking taco.
Oh, where you see that,
The
Babs?
best thing at Bridgestone Arena.
Oh, it is
walking
right
taco, baby.
Would you explain to the good people what a walking
Sure,
taco
it's
is?
like Doritos or Cheetos or whatever, and then it's a bag.
Oh, wow.
And then you get to put whatever you want in it. Lettuce, cheese, tomatoes, salsa, sour cream,
They just open
meat.
the bag and
They
put the
open
stuff
the bag
in it.
and put it all in there, and then you just, with your fork, you walk around eating Doritos topped with taco.
We used to do that when we was a little kid from the popsicle truck.
It's amazing.
It was amazing, in other words. Yeah. Some good stuff.
What would you do with popsicles?
The popsicle truck?
Yeah.
No,
you would
no,
get the chips?
the chips,
Oh,
and then, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
good idea.
I never got
I know
past the
y'all
ice
was
cream
wondering,
part
like,
of that.
what is he talking about?
Yeah.
Popsicles and
I never got
cream
past
truck.
ice cream. Like, I didn't know they had other things.
oh yeah.
All right.
Now laters everything. It's live in the popsicle truck.
Now and laters were good unless they were really hard.
Yeah, then you put them on the heater.
Nah,
at
they're
school.
too sticky, man.
Oh, Babsy.
Put them on the heater.
The little
Yeah,
gas,
it's cool.
like the gas heater on the wall. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Don Davenport is here.
What up,
Hi.
Babsy?
I'm in the building.
You are in the building.
I'm in the Bridgestone.
We are at Bridgestone Arena in advance of the SEC tournament, and we will be here through the rest of the week until 6 o'clock. So if you are coming to the tournament and you happen to be here, again, we are it's like if you come in the front door, turn to the left.
Bust a hard left.
And then we're outside section 118-19. That's where we are. And we described all of the vendors that are near us. Happen Harry's is over there, too.
Christy
Yazoo beer,
Cookies.
Christy Cookies.
Will
can
I
tell we
hit
love
that in a
food.
little bit? Absolutely.
Twisted Tea. Yeah. We've got it all. Slade's here.
I'm in the building.
This is the right intro
This
for you
is
this
the right
week.
entrance. I'm feeling it.
Rest of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Slay.
Got no roof.
It doesn't have a roof at the SEC tournament, man. This is going to be a fun week because,
It's time to go down.
I don't know, 6, 7, 8 teams can win this thing.
Yes, indeed, Earl.
Yes, indeed. So, by the way, Babs and I were supposed to meet at the radio station at 1:45.
Yep.
And that quickly turned to 1:55, basically,
Listen, I had family drama.
which ended up at like 2:05. But we did walk down here. And
Yeah.
I forgot when I agreed to this how fast Babs walks. Luckily, her
Places
shoe
to be.
her shoe came untied. I was like, "Hey, Babs, you're making me nervous with that shoe untied. You need to stop and."
Did you leave her
fix
when
that."
when she had the time?
No, I had to breathe.
I would
He,
have left.
he
her.
had to catch up.
I would have
Had
left
to
her
catch
because no, she would have caught back up. Babsy is a fast walker. With
Places to be.
35 pounds carrying it.
Yes. With my
Well,
backpack.
and so we get to Bridgestone Arena. The door opens for the credentials, has a special door. The door opens. This girl comes out. This lady comes out, and I go, good timing. And she was like, what are you here to do?
Yeah, you talking about some
She's
good timing.
this
Like,
small
Like she
talk
was
thing-
blocking the door.
yeah, what you got going on?
This small talk thing you got going is not going to work.
that ain't
And I'm
it.
like, we're getting credentials, ma'am? Okay. And then she was nice. So we get our credentials. Babs has to put her backpack through the machine, which
It's a lot.
I thought it was going to start smoking.
Sirens going off.
Yeah. And so we get through, and then we peer. So they've got everything partitioned down on that side of Bridgestone Arena on the
Yeah.
bottom level because when they built this thing, they built it for an NBA team. I don't know if a lot of people
I never knew
understand
that.
this.
I never knew that.
So
You said
that area down there was built for the practice gym.
that's crazy.
For the NBA team. You know how they Grizzlies
Yeah.
have their practice
Yep.
gym inside the arena?
Yep.
That's
I
what
didn't know
was,
that.
That's what that was built for.
I never knew that till he said it too.
So now it's all partitioned to like workstations over here, and so
We
found,
did the NBA team.
We found the food, and so we went over there, and Babs was like, "You think we have time?" And I'm like, "It's 2:20. I mean, yeah, I guess like 20 minutes."
Was the food good?
She goes, "It'll take me 10." So it was fajitas and like Spanish rice,
It was good.
and so like
And queso,
yeah.
Here I am.
which what did I say?
You love queso?
I would have on my death row last meal.
You sure did.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
queso
you
would
love
be
queso.
involved. So that made me nervous that, we were about to die or something. But no, we did that. Then we go downstairs, and all I hear is like Chris Beard yelling because Ole Miss is going through practice. But we come
With the
upstairs.
game tomorrow, Yor.
Yeah, I'll let you get to the rest of that because you were down there front and center. So then we come up, we're walking up this. She goes, "Is that sleigh over there?" And I go, "I can't see. Like, I can't see very well. Like, I don't know. Maybe." And so we go up the stairs, and Babs is like, "Boy, this is a quads workout." And I'm like, we are getting old, man. I complain
Seriously.
about I can't see, and she complains about the legs going up one flight of stairs. And I said, "But to be fair, your backpack weighs 100 pounds."
Yeah.
Very true.
And so we come over here, and then you walk up, and you were down there for that practice, and it was intense, wasn't it?
Intense, man. Usually when you go through the day before practice, shoot-arounds, coaches are intense. Like, your energy got to be right and everything. But at the same time, man, to hear Chris Beard going off, it reminded me automatically of Kevin O'Neal. Kevin O'Neal, when he coached for the University of Tennessee, this was, I think he got let go in 98. But he would go sit up in the stands in the top of the first bowl and cuss at his players down there on the
I mean,
court.
he did it in games. I told the story the other day. He did it in games, and there was only like 4,000 people in that place.
He don't
and
care.
you could hear every word out of his mouth.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of F-bombs, man.
When they are dialed in, they're dialed in. And to say that about Chris Beard is an understatement. This man is – I've always heard he is super detailed, zeroed in, focused, and no-nonsense guy when it's on the court.
Well, and they're about to play Texas A&M again for the
Yes.
second time in a row.
Yep.
So
And they got embarrassed at home.
They got embarrassed at home. That ratchets it up.
Yeah,
right?
it did. Yep.
Yeah.
And he told them, get your – to pull the curtain back, get your
But
butt hands, because it was about the hands, but mama's
Your ass hands?
wait, no.
fadangled hands off your knees.
F.
Effing hands?
Yeah, effing. Okay. I didn't know if we supposed
No,
to
just say F.
Okay, yeah.
There are
Get your
kids.
effing hands off of your knees. What are you doing? Nobody's even here. You tired? What's wrong with y'all? Ain't even nobody here yet.
I never want a coach to ask me if I'm tired
Dog.
because I know what's coming.
This
Right.
is they got
I'll make you tired.
They got 60 minutes on the clock. That's it. And he's trying to get some work done, so he made them start practice over. Walk to the other end. I'm like, wow, dude, that's intense, man. But I love
You
it.
like him,
I
and
do.
you have actually. Mayor and I were talking about this. You've liked Ole Miss
Yes.
in some games across the
Yep.
season.
When I shouldn't have, but apparently.
Correct. That's exactly
That was
what
the
Brent
point
said.
Yeah,
be fair.
but it's because of him, and his track record is winning. Texas Tech went to the Final Four. Texas, he was on his way before the mishaps off the court.
Yeah.
And that's what's expected of him here. He just got an
You
extension
know what's
today.
funny about that? Like, I already
Oh, he
forgot
just got an
it.
4
extension.
years.
I already forgot about that. Like,
So,
the misstep.
yeah.
It's funny how
Moves
fast
fast.
that Hugh Freeze.
Yep. Well, Hunk hasn't forgotten about
No,
it.
Hunk's not going to forget. So you're going to go do Fine Bomb later. So you're here
Yep.
until like the 4:38 break.
Yep. Oh, it's 38. I always thought it was 39.
Well, because by the
Well,
time
then
we
maybe
get
that's part of the problem.
Last word. I'm getting it.
I told our boss that one time. I was like, here's the thing about going to break on time. I got two people that are last word people sitting in here, and I probably am too, honestly. But so let me ask you this on the way to break, and then we'll get into Titans news and free agency and all that. It's a lot of news out there. Big day for Titans in the NFL out there too. But can you make a case for, and this question always comes up, for the teams that are in this tournament that think they can make a legitimately deep run in the NCAA tournament, does it make sense to go all out to win the championship, or is it actually maybe in disguise a better thing to lose all?
I tell you what, bless you. I think you talking about for the lower ranked teams.
No.
Anybody to win
for the teams that think they can make the deep run in the NCAA.
Oh, okay,
tournament.
got you. My bad.
Because I've talked to people that have said that, I'm good with leaving early. Like SEC baseball tournaments, another one where they say that.
I think for the teams that are locked in, automatic qualifiers already, Tennessee, the teams in the top 4, and in this group, top 6, already locked in. I'm cool with it.
They're going to try to win the championship, but if they don't, they're okay.
Yeah, let's look ahead and let's get ready. But I do think, man, once you get to Saturday, you automatically start thinking, all right, we get to Sunday, we might as well go win this thing. Mm-hmm. But if you go out early, man, on Friday, you're okay with it. You know what I mean? You've seen what you need to see out of your team. Conference tournaments, to me, when you already have it wrapped up, is for the teams like Mississippi State, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, teams on the bubble. Y'all, this is for y'all. Y'all didn't make that run.
The reason why I ask, obviously, that's a question because it's a tournament sport,
right?
Well, college football is turning into a tournament sport, too. So this same question is going to pop up.
It sure is.
In college football. All right, that does it for the first segment. What we've got going. When we come back, Coach Mack, presented by Two Rivers Ford, we will talk about Titans free agency in depth with him. There are bits of new information today, which we'll hit on as well. That's coming up next as we broadcast live from Bridgestone Arena. The SEC tournament going on. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
The F&M Bank Chat is open. We'll be right back with Titans Talk on 104.5 The Zone.
What's happening, good people? Ron Slay coming to you live and direct. Yes, fellas, you been feeling a little tired? You're a little grumpy? You notice lack of motivation and drive? Have somebody close to you, your spouse, noticed it? Well, take heed to it. All you got to do is go to Low T Center, get your testosterone levels checked, and get right into it and get a boost. $25 to get your T levels tested with the results back in 25 minutes. Make your health and the quality of life a priority. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment today. Reinventing men's healthcare, lowtcenter.com.
Imagine waking up this time next week and boom, you're 100% debt free. No credit cards, no car loan, no personal loan. Doesn't that sound great? Well, guess what? Loan Pronto can help you do it. Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit can make it happen, and they can make it happen quickly, almost instantly. With Loan Pronto's AI-based system, you get approval in about 10 minutes with almost no documentation, no appraisal, no hassle. You will have your money to pay off those high-interest debts quickly. Get hundreds of thousands of dollars out of your home and use that money to pay off all your other loans. The average homeowner saves over $850 a month doing this. Home values up. Use it to wipe out credit cards. Get money for a home improvement project. Yes, your approval is minutes away with Loan Pronto. 615-499-5780. LoanPronto.com at 615-499-5780. Loan Pronto, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval. Equal housing lender.
What's happening, everyone? Big Slade coming to you, KellumStemCellInstitute.com. Holistic stem cell therapy. Got a lot of people reaching out to me in DMs and everything. Listen to my voice right now, people. You don't have to reach out to me in DMs to ask me personally, does it work? I'm not going to lie to you right now. I know a lot of people have, two in particular, have reached out within 24 hours saying, hey, man, have you tried this? Does it work? Yes. Everyone listen to me. Yes, it does work. Your body, your stem cells, your solution, they do work. I've had the work done on my knee, my shoulder, hip, and looking to do any more parts that start to inflame. And I know stem cells always go and attack the inflammation immediately in the body. It's known for doing that to autoimmune disorders. They derive from inflammation. So why wouldn't you take care of it? Congestive heart failure, autism, arthritis, whatever it is, get your consultation today at 615-850-4415, KellamStemCellInstitute.com.
And now, an update from the Blue Cross Basketball State Championships in Murfreesboro, presented by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter in the final boys 4A quarterfinal matchup as Independence leads Laverne 81-69. Future Southern Miss Golden Eagle Jet Montgomery leading the way for Indy with 26 points as they look to stamp their ticket to the 4A Final Four, where they will play Rossview on Friday morning from Murfreesboro. On the other side of the bracket, Cookeville defeated Maryville. They will face Bartlett, who beat Brentwood earlier today in the boys 4A semifinal. There's no need to consult the playbook. The winning strategy is to always designate a sober driver. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
HL 104.5 The Zone. What up, Nashville? Britt Doherty with you. Don Davenport, Ron Slay. Executive producer of 3HL is Joe Hunk. He yelled sup. Eggy Bop is here. Kirby is here. We are in Bridgestone Arena in the concourse. You can't get in right now. But when the doors open, we'll still be here. We'll be here until 6 o'clock.
You could almost get in.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you could beg somebody to get in. I don't know.
You tried it.
The
lady stopped you.
You know who get in? Gator Mike get in.
Oh, without question.
We'll be sitting here in like 3:45. Gator Mike can walk up. I'd be like, what?
How'd you get here?
Gator Mike can get in anywhere. You can watch the show YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
That was hello. Wow.
Sorry.
No, that was good. That was good energy right there.
The Evident Bake Chat is open. Let me just let y'all in on a little fashion nugget, okay?
Talk to the people, y'all.
I feel like my mic is down and y'all's is like louder than mine. I don't know.
There you go. I can hear you.
Is that better now?
Yep, that is better now.
Slay Dog looks fly.
Thank you, y'all.
In his salmon suit.
Salmon, people. Salmon.
Look at Sean Henry walking up here.
Hey.
Here we go.
Press time, baby.
We're live, Sean.
He said, I'm not.
Yeah, it's SEC tournament.
What's up, Sean?
Good to see you, man. Congrats on the run.
Yes, sir.
See you, buddy. It's a salmon suit and it looks great. It's not pink.
No, it's salmon.
It's not magenta.
Like salmon croquettes.
No.
What?
That is not how you say it.
Salmon croquettes.
Salmon.
Tomato.
You're getting closer.
People are saying it's pink. What?
That is not pink.
It's not pink.
You know what it is?
Salmon is
it's
pink.
fabulous, and
Thank
that's
you,
all
Babsy.
that matters.
Salmon is pink with a little bit of like red and white in it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
This is like this could almost be mistaken for red.
Well, that part, yeah.
Salmon's more orangey.
Yeah, good job, Babsy.
Magenta is the color you do not want to see on a weather radar.
Tell the people.
That's like
Tell the
the
people.
strongest color.
Oh, yeah,
possible.
that's the get out of there.
Yeah. Coach Mack joins us. He's seen a lot of magenta on the radar in West Texas, presented by Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer. Coach Mack, what's up? How are you?
Don, take a picture of that salmon suit and send it to me, please.
I got you, Coach Mack. I got you.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you very
fabulous.
much.
It'll look great on SEC Network.
Anytime I've seen him on SEC Network, he always looks great, so I know that's real.
Thank you, Mac.
Hey, Coach, when you were a coach in this league, during the free agency period, like, do those guys, GMs, coach, do they get sleep? Like these first 3 days of free agency, and back then it was illegal tampering, but now it's legal tampering.
Look, first of all, this free agents stuff, you got whole departments that work on this all year. That's what you do. You've got people that all they do is look at people's rosters, expecting this to come up because it comes up at the same time every year. You look at their salary cap situation. You look at contract situations, because all contracts are visible for all the teams to look at and see where they are. So it's not just like these 3 days, but the time that you spend as a coach is when the free agency period starts. I mean, you spend 6-8 hours a day grinding tape because you haven't watched these guys. I mean, and, full disclosure, I don't have time right now with what I do, because I'm a 2-man draft department with Rhett Bryant for Titans Radio. We don't have time to watch enough tape on free agents and this class. It's going to be those 200 and plus guys are going to be drafted. So to answer your question, there's a lot of work that goes into this, but for the coaches part of it, they've got to, and especially with a new coaching staff, I mean, that's why they've been up there till 10 and 11 o'clock, most nights and staying in a hotel because, you're not only grinding this tape, you are also, before you go to the combine, putting together profile tapes to show your scouting department the type of guys you're going to be looking for. So the answer to your question is yes, and it's even accentuated with the new staff.
Coach Mack with us on 3HL. All right, let's go through some of this. I'm going to start with the Pollard signing, Coach. Tony Pollard from the Cowboys coming over, and that'll get announced this afternoon. But to me, it's more than the good player, right? Like, I think it shows exactly what they want to be offensively in terms of everything we've talked about since last offseason about having players that can do multiple things. And you put the tape in, you see him catch the ball out of the backfield, you look at his numbers, he had 55 receptions. So he and Spears combined 107 receptions. And what that tells me, and please correct me if I'm wrong, okay, is that the playbook is completely open no matter which running back is in the game.
First of all, Brett, I'll correct you if you're wrong, but right now you're 100% correct. This is a 100% offensive philosophy shift. It's what it is, and that's exactly what it is. And the new head coach told us this is what it was going to be. When he came in, when he was talking around it, but you knew it from what he's done in the past. So now what you've got two players of similar ability, different stages in their career, but now you can use them interchangeably or both at the same time, and it's a three down issue now. So you don't really have to shift your ideas as far as what's going on. These two backs, they're interchangeable backs, and as I said, you've got one veteran back and you've got one second-year guy, but there's skill sets are similar, but it's an offensive philosophy shift, and this is what we're seeing.
Coach Mack, I know Titans, making a bunch of moves and inquiring and all of that, but with some of the guys currently on the roster that were on the roster last year, one of the moves they made today, first Julius Chestnut, signed him to a one-year deal, but Dr. Gibby, linebacker Jack Gibbons, tendered as an exclusive rights free agent. Just kind of explain to our listeners what that means. There's so many different levels of free agency and tags and whatever else. So just kind of explain that one with Jack Gibbons.
Well, first of all, both of these players are roster belly players. And when I talk about roster belly players, these are guys that, you've got to have layers of different types of players on your roster if it's put together correctly. And where the Titans are now, clearly they're restructuring this roster, but these are two guys that have proven that they can be quality players when they're asked to play, and they're also special teams players. But the exclusive rights means exactly that. You got exclusive rights to negotiate contracts with these guys without any interference from anywhere else. That's basically what it is. And so, and you tender them as to how they came into the league, and it's a league minimum if it's an exclusive right free agent that was not drafted.
Coach Mack, now one thing you always talk about is that center guard triangle. You now have a new center. What do you know about Cushenberry?
Coach Mack?
Was that a bad question, Coach Mack? I thought you said you like my suits.
Lloyd Cushenberry. By the way, 26 years old, same age as Aaron Brewer, who went over to the Miami Dolphins. By the way, Brewer with a pretty decent contract, 3 years, $21 million.
He went to Miami, right? Mm-hmm. Now, you know what's funny about that?
Good luck.
Okay, yes.
Like ha-ha funny or like kind of weird funny?
Yeah, like scratch your head and ha-ha funny at the same time.
All right.
Joke's on you.
Yes, it could be, but at the same time, it could be on us because one thing we kept on talking about Aaron Brewer is, okay, if you know you got an offensive line that's struggling, and especially from the center spot as well as the left tackle, why wouldn't you take your offense and scheme it around the line you have and getting the ball out quick? What's something that Miami talked about last year for Tua? Getting the ball out quick. So
which fits his game.
It fits him.
Yep.
Yeah, it fits him. So
Coach Mack is back. So Well, you can,
do you want to start over on your question?
You can see if he'll like your question.
Coach Mack, I thought
Ron Slay was starting to ask a really good question, and then all of a sudden we had a power failure down at Bridgestone.
Yeah, then I thought, man, Coach Mack didn't like the question and just hung up and said he's done with it today.
You thought I was going to compliment your sartorial splendor and then just ignore your question?
I said, you know what? Nope, Coach Mack would rather call me out so I could be straight for the next time than hang up on me. So let me try it again, Coach.
Right, let's
so
try it again.
I know you always talk about the center guard triangle. We now have a new centerpiece in that triangle in Cushenberry. What do you know about Cushenberry? What do you like about him?
Well, I watched. I know this. I really liked him coming out of the draft when he came out. But there was two guys in that draft, and I can speak very pointedly to that because I vetted those two guys at the center position that were in my top tier was Cesar Ruiz and Cushenberry. And the thing that I really liked about Cushenberry was, first of all, I mean, he was a legitimate starter that played a lot of ball, and plus, not only does he have some bulk to him, he's got long arms. He's got long arms. He's got good movement skills, and he's a smart dude. When you talk to those people down there at LSU about him, which I did when it was coming out, it's a smart dude. So I think that we can all agree. Everybody's going to have various degrees of likes and dislikes about people that you sign in free agency because there's a lot of layers that go into this, and you don't really know until they get on your team. And we don't have to go through any of that. But I think everybody can agree that was a position of need on this football team, especially as to where the offensive line was at the end of last year, and especially with the fact that you're going to have to rebuild an offensive line with a really good offensive line coach for this new offense we're talking about. So I like that. But I like the player coming out of college a lot for the draft that he came out in.
Coach Mack, with the moves that we've seen in free agency, how much of a better idea does that give you on which way the Titans will go draft-wise, or is it going to be one of those best available things? We always have that
Don,
conversation.
And that's all of these are really legitimate questions. Y'all ask really good questions because you kind of pay attention to what's going on. The thing about this is they're not done with free agency yet. But still, you're going to build you're going to supplement a football team through the draft, but you're going to build a football team, through the draft. So you're going to supplement it with free agency. You're going to build it through the draft. So building it through the draft, and I think what we're looking at when they're signing these free agents, these are guys that are going to be there, hopefully for multiple years as contributors. You're not going to see, I don't think, a whole lot of brand new guys brought in here. We've got a guard that was brought in here on a 1-year contract. Clearly, that's a depth piece to start with, but you're going to build it still through the draft. So I think your draft philosophy is still going to be the same that it was going in, whatever that is. I'm not in their draft meetings, but whatever that is, you're going to start building this thing like they want to through the draft, Don.
Well, yeah. And what's interesting, when you go through it, they've replaced the guys that they've lost in free agency, except for Danico, but it appears that they're working on that one. But King leaves, Pollard. Brewer leaves, Cushenberry. SMB leaves, Awuzie. Aziz leaves, Murray. I mean, so it looks like they're trying to take care of that part of it first, and that makes a lot of sense.
Well, it does make sense, and again, you're spot on. You guys are batting 1,000 today. I mean, I'm really proud. You must have had something good to eat before you walked into Bridgestone because you guys. And you're 100% right, and that's what you do. Now, have you replaced him with the same type of player you normally? I mean, that's all up for conjecture, and we'll find out. But
right.
Your point about replacing pieces, and I think it goes to Don's question too. You're replacing pieces that you lost, but still you're looking for pieces in the draft that you can build with.
Yeah. You mentioned the 1-year deal, the depth piece. Shadig Charles is who we're talking about, which I had to look him up. I had no idea who he was.
I have no idea who that guy is.
Yeah.
He can walk up here and punch me in the face. I have no idea who he is.
Yeah.
It might hurt.
But this kind of deal, Coach Mack, he's an offensive lineman. He played a bunch at left tackle last year. He's played on the right side, both positions, and all of that. But it's a 1-year deal with max value of $2.5 million. And that's something that's kind of explained. I mean, it's low risk. Hey, who knows? Here, come in and prove yourself. And maybe you just get lucky with a guy who's battled injuries who happens to stay healthy and get it, you know?
Well, absolutely, Don. And at the least, you've got a guy that you can be that seventh or eighth guy. Let's just say at the least that has experience that can be that piece that can play up and down the line. Because when you get an exemption when you dress 8 offensive linemen, for the active roster. But with 7, still, if you've got a guy that can play multiple positions, that's a big plus. And especially that's a big plus on a minimum deal. So at the least, you've got a guy that's got some experience that has played up and down the line. And so, as I said, some more, and then you're right. If you hit and all of a sudden he clicks here and you've got a guy that can start games for you, that's great. But you started games in the National Football League. But so to me, that's a pretty intuitive signing just because of the fact you're going to need depth. And we know, again, and I'm not, what has happened here in the past makes no difference now. But you're going to have depth on that offensive line, and your point of that is very well taken.
Andre Dillard. So many Titans fans are like, why is he still around? What? Blah, blah, blah. Now, obviously, he's under contract. It would be a big-time cap hit if he's gone right now. There's all the details that go with it. But do you think that there is any promise for Andre Dillard with a new system and a new coach?
But it's up to Andre Dillard. I mean, to me, that's up to Andre Dillard. I can't tell you that at all. I know this. First of all, let's just say this. Andre Dillard came from Philly. The offensive line coach at Philly kind of knows what he's doing, right?
Right.
This offensive line coach we've got here now really knows what he's doing. So any success or non-success, it's squarely on the shoulders of Andre Dillard. That's my point.
Gotcha. Maybe he can go back to Philly.
I mean, rumors are that's where he'll go if he's not here.
Like him.
Coach Mack, presented by Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer. Coach, thanks for all of the fashion and football talk.
Guys, it's always a pleasure to visit with you guys, and I may be down there this weekend. I've got some invitations to come to those later games. So, Slade, don't wear out your best outfit today. I want some good ones.
Coach, I'm loaded up too, Coach. I'm ready to roll. I laid them out on my bed last night like it was school.
Hey, let me just say one thing, and then I'm gone. That better be a long bed because that's some long clothes.
Link, he's got that link, Coach Mack.
He got length. See you guys.
All right. There he is, Coach Mack. I would not be a bit surprised to see him wandering the suite portion of Bridgestone Arena doing Coach Mack things.
Yeah, that sounds Coach Mackish.
All right, when we come back.
You know what my take was, by the way, on what he said about Dillard? There ain't no hope for that guy.
He says on him.
It looks like it's done.
He's had 2 of the best. Well, he would have one of the best coaches, obviously, here, but have one of the best coaches at Philly. When we come back, Calvin Ridley, it's a 2-horse race, according to reports.
Who's in it?
We'll tell you next. 3HL 104.5 this home.
What's happening, people? Ron Slay and Babsy right here coming to you with Cove Generators, people. The real one. The real Cove Generators, because we got Generator Day. When you're looking around and you're wondering, man, I wonder what this generator will do. You ain't got to wonder that with Cove. They're going to come to you directly and make sure they're experts on everything generators, because that's what they do. That's all they do. When your power goes off the grid, how's your home protected? By Cove Generators. They monitor it and make sure that your Generac home standby generator is working properly, people.
Yeah, like maybe you're wondering, what size generator do I need? Generator Dave and Cove Generators has you covered. Don't get caught in the dark again. It's so warm out. We've got this warmer weather starting out, which you know what that means. That brings spring storms, and you've got to be ready. They will install the correct size Generac home standby generator for you, because Cove Generators is your premier Generac home standby generator dealer. Get an estimate on one right away and be prepared for the next power outage. That's Cove, C-O-V-E, generators.com. Give them a call at 931-559-3311.
Stay connected through it all.
Got the Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Nice out, y'all. You're looking for a car, truck, SUV, Jeep, new or pre-owned, whatever you're looking for, they will be able to help you out. Just go see my friends at Gupton, 3450 Tom Austin Highway, about 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Best vehicle buying experience you will have ever had. I've bought multiple vehicles from these guys. They are awesome people, and they will do you right with the service department after the point of sale as well. They will stay on top of oil changes and tire rotations and all of those things. They will let you know, and they will do a great job. 3450 Tom Austin Highway, 30 minutes from Nashville, downtown Nashville in Springfield. Just go see them. Tell them what you're looking for, man. What has led you to this point in your life where you need that new vehicle, whether it's more room, whether it's cheaper payment. I don't know. Maybe you want to pay more for a vehicle. I don't know. They'll help you with that too. No pressure at all. They simply want you in the vehicle that's right for you. So go take your test drive. Go inside. They will help make the numbers work, and it'll be that easy. Check them out online while you pretend to work. GuptonMotors.com. The entire inventory is there. All the dealership info is there, so you can give them a quick call from the website. GuptonMotors.com. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. 3HL 104.5 The Zone, broadcasted live from Bridgestone Arena. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, and Ron Slay. The F&M Bank Chat is open.
Wide open.
You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
I don't have the message board up.
It's live.
In this situation. Anything standing out to you?
Quite a bit about my suit. that and fashion.
Reese from Reese and Laura.
And our chairs.
Saying it's pink. It's not pink. It's salmon. Not that there would be anything wrong with it being pink, but it is salmon.
It's all love, though. It's all I love. All jokes and, the chat. No, this is it's too much, actually. I can't hit it all.
All right, Louisville basketball coach Kenny Payne out.
Yeah, moving on.
Oh, man.
Moving on. I hate that for him, boy.
Good dude, right?
Where does Kenny Payne go now?
He
used to be the recruiter.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say.
Kentucky.
Somewhere to recruit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wonder
Does he go back to Kentucky?
That's what I was going to say. Is this a Saban-like move for Cal to go get your guy? Because one thing he does, he recruits and don't miss. Like, he got recruits at Louisville. It's just
what
it
happened?
Don't work. I don't know. He on paper, he has a really good staff. I guess sometimes things don't align.
Or maybe he's just not meant to be a head coach.
Bingo.
Yeah.
That could be it, too.
Anything more, new or more on the Kate Middleton front that we covered yesterday?
Yeah, that's a wild front. It's like stuff our phones listen to us. And I start getting all kind of stuff on my algorithm about Kate Middleton.
Anything new on that deal from yesterday with all the conspiracy theories that were flying around? That everybody thought she was dead, and then
no.
And then her attorney put out something like, unless I hear from Kate Middleton, I'm going to assume she's dead.
Yeah. Oh, now there's like so much more. If you're interested in, here's one that I found this morning. If you're interested in the Kate Middleton story, the Spanish press are reporting her operation wasn't planned. She was in a coma, intubated, and at one point doctors feared she would die. The Spanish press are saying there is a blackout in the UK media on it.
Hey, got to be
there's such a wide range of what could be happening with her.
Yeah, and the people that we can find out from is blackout.
Princess of Wales Kate Middleton is reportedly considering stepping away from her royal duties, according to a bombshell new report. Kate's rumored decision has reportedly rocked her marriage to king-in-waiting Prince William, and
she don't want to do it anymore.
The monarchy.
Yeah,
yes.
Sick of it.
And there are rumors of his, which I guess wouldn't be surprising, of his affair, and that has pushed her to this point. So she's basically like, peace.
Yes.
How about it? There are some eerie similarities to what went on with Princess Diana back in the day.
Oh, for sure.
I knew you were going to say that.
Boy, you want some conspiracy theories? Go walk through some of these royal family stories.
Ooh-wee. Yeah.
There's some stuff out there.
Yeah.
Like, where's Pippa? Hadn't seen Pippa in a long time. We talked about her yesterday. That's Kate Middleton's sister.
Oh, she going too?
I don't know.
Now, wait a minute.
I mean, there's so much out there. It is crazy. I can't wait to find out what's
where
really
everybody
going on with
That's like, why everybody going somewhere and not telling nobody?
I'm telling you, I think there's some shady stuff
I like
going on in that
what
monarchy.
I like what the agent put out. Wasn't it their agent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, basically put pressure on everybody.
Yeah.
Until I hear from her, I assume she's dead.
Because I haven't heard from
That's
her.
how you put it out there right there, boy. You want to accuse somebody of something?
Y'all want to mess with me? I'm going to put it out there.
Dead.
Seriously,
that's serious.
She could just end all of this
Yes.
by not
Responding.
putting a Photoshop picture out, by responding, by whatever, and none of that's happening.
But is the blowback too much on someone else if she does put a picture out?
And
Speaking
you
of, I thought you
remember,
were telling me to be quiet.
No.
It's like, okay,
no. Do
they
you
watching?
remember the royal family made Kate into like a terrible person too
Yeah,
during
yep,
the whole
they sure
Meghan
did.
Markle stuff, and maybe that was the start of it.
I remember that. Now, I do remember
They
that.
make her into a terrible person, so then you don't like her, and then
That's the
she
story I
disappeared.
read, is that she really hated that.
Right.
So, we'll see. Don will keep us updated on that storyline.
Spooky times. Hey, come on with it, Zelf.
Hit us up.
According to Mike Garafolo, the Titans have agreed to terms with former Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph on a one-year deal worth up to $3.62 million.
Okay.
Immediately?
Yeah, what's your reaction?
Oh, no. And then he's a good backup.
He is a good backup.
Right,
He's a good
he's
backup.
not coming in to be the starting quarterback. Did Ramon play with him during his time?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's his guy.
Call
Mason
up
Rudolph.
Savage.
Call him now.
Yeah.
Oh, Zeph, call Savage. Zeph
Call
like
Savage
Siri.
for the 4 o'clock.
For those
Siri,
that don't know
call
who
Savage.
Savage is.
Ramon Foster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could say Siri call Savage and anybody who has Ramon in their phone.
Yes,
Let's do it. Let's do it this way. Siri, call Ramon Foster. Yeah.
somebody. He's gonna call somebody.
tell him to call the zone for the 4 o'clock segment.
I mean, I'm good with that move.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
There's nobody that fans are going to be clamoring for
As a backup.
to take over for Will Levis if he
Yep.
struggles for a game.
What did we just
He's
talk
not
about?
going to be a loved backup, right?
Remember when? But he's capable.
But he is
He
capable.
is capable. He's shown it.
And he's
able
been
and capable.
around.
Yep.
He put able and capable.
What year is he in now, Zeph?
Like 37.
Looking like what?
Where did he play? Oklahoma State?
Yes. Actually,
This might be your. That
God,
might be
I
your
hate to
6th.
age myself, but I covered him in college.
This might be 6.
He has been in the league
7.
since 2019.
Yeah.
6. No.
This will be 5.
This will be year 6.
Thanks, everybody.
This will be year 6.
Yeah. See, thank
Cal,
you.
it seems like longer
Well,
with
well,
his drama, right? Yeah.
There's a
So
lot coming on.
All right.
Rookie year.
So here's what happens when we come to the SEC tournament. The Titans sign a quarterback. That's what
you
happens.
said it yesterday.
it happened 2 years ago. With,
Yep.
Oh wait, it was longer than that.
No, it was Ryan Tannehill. So yeah,
With Ryan
That was
Tannehill.
a long time ago.
Cal, why did I say 2 years?
You probably
I said
covered him in
6
college.
years, so,
When he was a wide receiver.
I know.
So 1 year, $3+ million, done. Mark it off. Good.
Yep.
Good job.
You filled the spot.
Yeah,
Great.
done.
Moving on.
So
And if you want to keep 3, you want to give Malik another year, another chance, fine.
Savage just said.
I wouldn't,
That's
but-
my guy! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark!
Did you tell him he's
One.
scheduled to join us at 4?
We'll tell him now.
that series going to have everyone in Nashville calling him that has his number.
Yep.
Calvin Ridley, 2-horse race per Jordan Schultz. Jags, which is his current team, and the Patriots.
Well, that stinks. I really would have liked if the Titans went after him because it's something that could have been longer term,
I read
together.
I read a couple of things today that he was being a pain in the arse to the Jags during this deal.
Well, yeah. Do you want to play for the Jags? I don't care who their quarterback is.
I would never live in Jacksonville.
Well, I'm just saying in general. I don't want to play for them.
They think that we all smell like mayonnaise anyway. People
Savage
in
said
Jacksonville.
he'd be on the bike ride at that time, but he's game.
Bike ride?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we can catch him on the early part of the bike ride before he's out of breath.
Wait. I want a visual of this.
He said I'm hearing y'all, so I don't know why I'm texting him.
We
My bad,
got to
Savage.
go to break for sure. But so you're saying like through the Greenway or through like a park, like mountain biking, or like on the interstate going to like Lebanon?
No, he ain't
like
doing
toward
the
the
Mike
France.
Eckler. Not the Mike Eckler. He's doing the normal
Mike Eckler,
in the woods.
Wow. How many miles? You know what? We'll ask him.
Yeah, he can hear y'all.
He's on a
We'll
bike
ask
ride.
you when you come back, Ramon, and join us.
Don's
I hope
doing
you're
a lot
not
here.
out of breath. I hate bikes.
All right,
You couldn't pay
we're
me
so late.
enough to ride a bike.
We are so late. This is what happens when we're on
I hate
remote.
bikes.
Remember that last word people thing?
Yeah, here it is.
Sorry. I'm done.
You're done. All right, when we come back,
Oh,
Pollard's
yeah. Just kidding.
Mark her off then.
Pollard's contract details release. How much of a cap hit will he be in 2024?
This is crazy.
We'll do it next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
What's happening, folks? You know the Nashville natives. Big Slay. Who else would bring this to you? About Chuck McDowell. He is a local Nashville native, and he cares about the community the same as I do. So what would you expect? Someone to proudly serve the community and reinvest in the people and the places that make Nashville such a wonderful place. That's why Wesley Mortgage, whywesley.com is where you need to go. They are currently recruiting top mortgage talent right now. Yes, you need to dial into it. How do you do that? Go to whywesley.com. While all other mortgage companies are downsizing, Chuck McDowell and Wesley Mortgage Team are rapidly expanding right here in Nashville, keeping people working in a career they love, and they would love to have you join the team. Why wouldn't you want to join the team? When you're talking about Chuck McDowell, listen, I call him boss. When I sit down and rap with him, Nashville pours out of him. That's how we got connected in the first place. So you should get connected. When somebody reaches their hand back, you got to do the other part, reach your hand up, so you can be pulled on the team. Whywesley.com, Wesley Mortgage.
All right, before you put in new windows and doors, don't you want to know what kind of company you're working with? That's what I did when I needed to replace my windows and doors in my rental property and my house. And Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville is who I found, and I went through a bunch of different companies, but they were who I loved. If you go to Google reviews, you can see what everybody has to say about them, and their Google reviews are 4.9. Can't beat that with a whole lot of reviews there. And the reason is because of the quality of their product, because of the craftsmanship of their product, and because of the process of installation, which allows Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville to warranty their work. They've got the staff in place to support you, the customer, and they back everything up with warranty, including a 10-year labor warranty, which is leading in the industry. Right now, schedule your free consultation with my friends at Pella, and you'll get 50% off qualifying installations and no money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months. Go check out Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville at PellaNashville.com.
Good afternoon from Bridgestone Arena. I'm Joe Hung. Titans making some free agent signings just a few moments ago. Earlier in the day, they signed running back Julius Chestnut to a brand new deal. They have also signed free agent linebacker Jack Gibbons, as his real name is, to an exclusive right free agent deal. And just a few moments ago, the Titans announced that they are signing quarterback Mason Rudolph to a 1-year, $3.62 million deal. Last season for the Steelers, played in and started 3 games, went 3-0, threw for over 719 yards with 3 touchdown passes. And now this isn't even news that Titans fans need to be aware of, but I'm still going to say it, that the Raiders have released quarterbacks Jimmy Garoppolo as well as quarterback Brian Hoyer. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for you, Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Appreciate y'all joining us and making us a part of your day. We are very thankful. We do not take that for granted. And we will be with you until 6 o'clock. Broadcasting live from Bridgestone Arena in advance of the SEC basketball tournament. We'll be here until 6 o'clock. And we'll be here all week. So if you're coming to the tournament and want to come say hi, we would love to say hi to you and talk with you. When you come in the front door, turn to the left. We are outside section 118, 119. Joe Hunk is here. Eki Bop is here. Kirby is here. Zeph is producing the show back at the world-famous Music Row. Don Davenport is certainly here.
Hi.
What up, man?
That's Bond.
Happy Wednesday.
Twitch, please.
Hump day.
Twitch, please.
Hump day.
There you go. And he's Ron Slay.
I'm in the building. All kind of little ad-libs. With this.
Getting it done.
Yeah, getting it done. Duh.
Yeah, it's listen, Slay does a perfect hump day.
Yes.
But Don Davenport's hump day, like I'm addicted to hearing it. I don't know if Zeph knows where it is. If he does, play it. If he doesn't, we'll move on.
No. Don't play it. Don't look for it. Don't waste your time. Get Savage on the phone.
Savage is coming up. Real quick, quick note. It's good to be powerful in this town. The doors do not open here at Bridgestone Arena until 5 o'clock, I think. However, Don Davenport has negotiated a fresh, hot, crispy cookie for herself at 4:12 p.m.
You got it.
Where?
Right next to me. It's right behind me.
Let's looking around. It's over there by the Slurpee.
Look at you.
Icy,
Did you not smell
thing.
it?
I do now. And they can't bring you just one.
I'll get you
You
one.
look very concerned. You got concerned
yeah.
things going on.
Christmas cookies.
All right.
They're so good.
We have so much news to get to.
Yes.
We were just talking to the break. This is a great example of what 3HL is if you're new to the show. We're talking about the conspiracy theories behind the Kate Middleton weird stuff that's happening. And then Zeph breaks in with the breaking news sounder that the Titans have signed a backup quarterback, Mason Rudolph, $3.6 million. And Big Savagery, who got off the bike in the woods to call us because he was teammates with this guy, will offer more. Ramon, what's up, baby?
Man, I'm still on the bike, okay? Work never stop. I got to get this playing weight off me, y'all. I'm telling you, man, I'm adamant, okay? So, hey, I'm still on the bike, so if you hear this wind whooshing by, you just say to yourself, Ramon might have been fast on land running, but I'm quick as hell on this bike, okay?
Listen. Hey,
They should have had that as your 40 for the combine.
yeah, hey, Big Savage,
Running anyway.
be safe out there because, like, if a Big Savagery falls in the woods, we'll all hear it.
Hey, no, you need to pray for the woods. Don't pray for the Big Savage.
I love it. I love the visual of you doing this bike work. It was amazing, man. Tour de France is coming up, so get ready. You play with Mason Rudolph. Give us a lowdown. What kind of guy are the Titans getting there?
That's my guy, man. Mason was 2 lockers down from me. Let me stop so this wind won't be in the way. Mason was 2 lockers down from me. I saw Mason come in. I saw Mason grow. I saw Mason go through a lot of stuff as far as his career. Mason came into Pittsburgh as they had a first-round grade on him. different scouting departments. Every scouting department is different. So take that for what it's worth. But he was at that point where I think they was trying to decide what they were going to do with Ben as far as move on or, start planning for the next guy, and Mason was that next guy. But, of course, Ben goes on to do 5 more years, so he never got an opportunity to play. What I'll say about Mason is this. The role that they're putting him in and the pay that they're giving him, the 3.6 that you guys just reported, it's a backup support role, but it's also a guy that can come in and play and start. And if you need him to, let's say if Levis goes out with the pinky, I'm always use the pinky in these situations, okay? If he goes out with a pinky, then you can count on a guy like Mason for carrying the load. That's what he did for Pittsburgh. And I'll be honest with you, it took Mason, how many years has it been for him? 5 to actually get to this point, too. Mason's been around. He was able to stay around long enough to get better as a pro, and that's what I saw from him this past year. I'll be honest, the first few years blocking for Mason, I blocked for Mason for an entire season. Most of my last season in 19, he started and he had a little bit of happy feet. He was, ball would sell a little too high, go too low, trying to figure stuff out. And the Mason that I saw this past season in Pittsburgh, and go look at the tape never lies. He stays in the pocket, deliver the passes. He's not going to be a detriment to the offensive line. He's going to be a guy that runs your plays, improvise when he has to, because he threw a pass to Darnell Washington, and it was documented. They didn't call that pass for him, but because he's been around the league to grow a little bit more, he's been around the league to understand how the flow of this game goes and tendencies and stuff, he ended up throwing the ball to Darnell Washington, the big tight end out of Georgia, who never really catches footballs, right? And it got so much of a conversation that a lot of the locker room in Pittsburgh was split between wanting to keep Mason or continue with Kenny Pickett. My thing was this, and y'all know I got my Steeler podcast and stuff like that I do, the Ramon Foster Show, shameless plug right there. But what I'll tell you is this, is a hard decision would have been made if it wasn't for Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson cut the legs, I think, out under Mason because of he was able to take only $1.2 million salary. Yeah. So they have to move on from Mason. Mason made a good decision by signing here in Tennessee because Will Levis is a guy, and he is a guy that's been in this position before when they drafted Kenny and he was still in Pittsburgh. If you ask Mason some of the stuff that he had to do during those games where he was either inactive or just holding the clipboard and stuff like that, he was going through the cadence on the sideline and going through the plays and progressions from the sideline about what he would do in those situations. So he overly prepared himself for the moment that he was presented with when Kenny got hurt and was out, somewhat got benched. I'm going to say he got benched because he got healthy and Mason stayed in that starting spot. And also when Mr. Trubisky fizzled out. They've had their best years offensively, best games offensively in years whenever Mason Rudolph went in. These last 3 games and even in the playoff game they had in Buffalo. They wasn't going to make the playoff if it wasn't for Mason Rudolph's play this past season.
Huh. Great points. Yep. And I didn't even realize some of that. But obviously when you have a quarterback like Will Levis, too, you need a solid backup because I always talk about how competitive he is. At some point, there's going to be a play or possibly a game until he learns that he has to protect his body where you might not have him. But I am curious, Ramon, since you know Mason Rudolph well and you got to kind of see him interact, even though it was a little while ago, what kind of a teammate and kind of guy in that locker room as far as breaking down offenses and guy in the quarterback room helping maybe a younger Will Levis, where does he fall under that?
He's going to be great with it. That's the thing about it. And I know he and Kenny had a good relationship until Mason started to play and get a little bit.
Breaking Titans news on 104.5 The Zone.
Uh-oh, Ramon, you just got halted by breaking Titans news.
It better be big interrupting me.
Sorry about that, Ramon, but the Titans are signing former Jaguar star wide receiver Calvin Ridley.
What?
With a
stunner.
Boom! From Ian Rappaport, the 29-year-old Ridley gets a 4-year, $92 million deal with $50 million guaranteed.
Hey, sorry, Mason Rudolph. We done talking about you.
Hey, man, time to cook, Rand.
Time to cook. Ramon, hit us. Your immediate reaction to that.
Let Rand cook. He said he's a people person. He's a bridge builder. I think you're starting to see that because all indication that was reported in the last 48 hours, Titans weren't in that conversation from national
Jags
reports.
And Patriots. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good. Texans stole from the Titans, and now the Titans can steal from the Jags. You got a playmaker. I mean, wow. I know a lot of stuff behind that I cannot say, but wow, that's crazy.
Hey, I love it, baby.
There were no reports.
No.
Every report out there had said that the Titans were out.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't in on the conversations here.
Cook ran.
No, that's big, man. That puts you in a more serious race. It puts you in a competitive level, and those are some of the things that I heard was just, hey, it's going to be competitive, and I think you see that now. But, of course, a lot of this depends upon what Will Levis is going to be capable of doing. But you cannot say he does not have weapons to cook with.
Correct.
I mean, Ian Rappaport wrote bombshell. He wrote a stunner, exclamation points. And when you talk about playmaker, you have to, and we talked about this with Pollard, that Pollard was the story about signing Pollard was more than just Pollard, right? Like it was a big picture. This is what we are going to be on offense thing. Now you look at Calvin Ridley. You mentioned one of the better playmakers in the NFL, and you put him with D-Hop, and you put him with Treylon Burks now, who maybe can play that slot a little bit more. And
which is what he did so well at Arkansas.
Yeah. You suddenly have an offense, big savagery, that is explosive.
This also changes draft projections, too. I feel safer now about getting a tackle. I feel a whole lot better. If they do move back and you got Bill Callahan, now you can get, a Fashanu who may be later. Now you're capable of getting a Tyler Fuaga. Now you're capable of getting a Marius Mims. Like, you can do business now. Like, hey, we're open. What y'all want to do? That changes the entire outlook. You got your center. You got your wide receivers. You got your running back. I mean, wow.
Here's another thing about it, Ramon, and hit on this. We said, or I've said repeatedly, I'm like, this is a rebuild, right? Now, this might alter that a little bit, but it's still somewhat of a rebuild, but you have to make sure that these free agent signings are going to be good for you for the next 2 to 3 years and put you in a position to succeed. And he turns 30 this season, and that's one of them.
Yep.
You know what? But we saw D-Hop get over 1,000 yards at 32.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he also had a year off, or a year and a half. As far as, a year and a half as far as Ridley goes. But, Babs, it's what you just said, too, and that was my point. I don't want to go get guys, free agents, and then they're not at least foundation builders for the future. I think the guys that you have in the fold right now, as far as the D-Hop, who's the teacher, as far as the Calvin Ridley, who's still growing as a player, and Treylon Burks, you now set what your foundation and templates are. Look at the good teams, Babs. And I know you know this from the college world, and I know you watch the NFL too. But the good college teams that you've been around, they got a type at wide receiver, they got a type at running back, and they got a type of quarterback that they love too, don't they? That's what this franchise hasn't had much of lately. Okay, we'll go get a Corey Davis. Well, does Corey really fit us? We got an AJ, but then AJ got too big. But then you look at it, it became very Derek-centric. Like, those are the things I'm talking about when you say, now we know what the running backs look like for Brian Callahan, and it's sustainable. Because there's more of those guys out there than it is a specialty, really good player like Derrick Henry, right? Like, Derrick's able to go to Baltimore because he fits their style and what they want to go play in this bully ball. If he's capable of still doing that bully ball in the AFC North and the rest of the NFL. That's what you're figuring out now is what this team's like. And I know a lot of people shun the fact that the linebacker, Kenneth Murray, got signed. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's not a cover guy. All right, that's the conversation we heard. But my thing is this. Denard Wilson said he's an attacking style defensive coordinator. He's going to sit, a guy like Kenneth Murray. And then you got to go find a coverage linebacker. Maybe that's in the draft. Maybe they don't let Jerome Baker out of Nashville because he's your side-to-side guy. You're seeing the pieces. If you really look at the coaching styles, if you really look at what their intent is on what they plan on doing, you got a cover safety in Awuzie, and then you go out and get a thumper like Kenneth Murray. Like, it's lining up, and one piece is not like the other. It's just, hey, Savage, I like lemon pepper wings, right? You like sweet, sassy lemon pepper wings.
That's right.
about preference on what I want to do. And I think that's what we're seeing from a bunch of coaches that got a lot of respect and they have a lot of understanding on how to efficiently run defenses and offenses. You're getting confidence. That's one word I like using. Golly, this is major stuff, y'all.
Yeah, this is major. Well, and with this Calvin Ridley move now, all of a sudden, you have now limited your holes with what you've done in free agency, with what Rand has reportedly done in free agency. You have filled holes, and now you know exactly where you need to go in the draft, what positions you still need to fill, where you need to shore things up, and now you've given yourself a chance to be able to do that in the draft because of, honestly, probably 3-4 of these free agency moves that you've made.
Hey, Bass, now here it is, too. Here it is, too, real quick. And I know we up against the break. Screw that break. Paul Mason's out of town, okay?
We ain't taking the break, Ramon.
Yeah, 420.
We ain't taking it.
With that being said, now you think about a Brock Bowers, right? And go get a second-round
left tackle, Ramon. You still got to. You still need.
Oh, I like the Brock Bowers idea, Ramon.
No. But what I'm saying, it gives you that flexibility, Babs. That if I go get a high-quality playmaking tight end, I don't think nobody's going to turn their nose up at the fact that you went that playmaker, because that's what Brian Callahan said. Don't listen to what they say. Watch what they do, right? And they did this once before in Cincinnati. Go get a playmaking tight end who's a mixed match, because I love Chig. But what have we seen of Chig when it comes down to him making those types of plays? You mean to tell me I can go get a sure guy like that? You know what I'm saying? This ain't no bash on Chig or nothing like that, but it opens up your pocketbook, as some people like to say, when you have these type of resources. Now, again, it just makes it a whole lot easier, and you're not pressed moving forward when it works under the cap, and it also works for your team. And the other side about giving Calvin Ridley is this. Colts got a good secondary. We know Houston does, and we know Jacksonville got a nice defense too. And we're seeing this, watching the franchise in the Tennessee Titans now, that is directly combating teams in the AFC South to win the AFC South. That is the biggest hurdle you have to win and I'll continually say this, you win your division every year or have a strong chance of winning it or being one of the two teams that come out of your division, you got a strong chance of staying in the playoffs and making a Super Bowl run. Those are the things that you're trying to do as a really good team, you know?
Ridley coming off injury, played all 17 games for the Jags last season. 76 receptions on 136 targets, 1,016 yards, 8 touchdowns. I mean, just a huge move. I had just read a story and it just said on the show that it was a 2-team race, Jags, Patriots. That story coming from Jordan Schultz. Not 10 minutes later, the bombshell is dropped that the Titans signed Calvin Ridley. That's absolutely amazing.
Is that Ian Rappaport that dropped it?
Yep. So here's the thing, though, too, respectfully. And I think we all can agree but be optimistic. Will Levis still has to prove he can use and work with all these tools and also grow.
Yep.
I mean, they're giving him everything he needs.
56% completion rate, there needs to be a step up. And being that you're a second rounder, I don't know – how much commitment is in it, although it's low value. But even Brian Callahan said he's got a lot of amazing tools that we got to refine some stuff. If Will Levis do that and he got the arm and can stay in the pocket and deliver and use his legs wisely, oh, my gosh, you really got a strong weapon. But this is also why you go get a veteran like Mason if Will Levis still won't stay in the pocket or, the O-line don't get better, which I don't think that won't be an issue. But
it's already better with a move at center.
But you got guys in place that can carry on your quality. Like, we're talking about depth quality now, right? Well, yep. I'll be honest with you. I'd be okay with getting a guy back like NWI because he's a great teamer, and he's proven that in spot situations, if a guy like Traylon or Calvin Ridley got to go out, he has been, and let's be real with you, other than D-Hop, it was D-Hop to me, and then it was NWI. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but keeping your guys, and also finding the value price with a high output for a player is also the job of a GM too. And I'm not one to shun against somebody getting there, especially in a position like his, or that's where a guy like Colton Dowell now starts to make a crap ton of sense when it comes down to why they drafted a guy out of UT Martin. This dude ran a friggin' 4.3. He could have left UT Martin and went to Clemson. A lot of people don't understand or know that. So it's not like you got to look it up, Babsy.
I forgot that.
Yeah.
How did I forget
Yeah.
That's
but that's,
Jeez.
these are the low price, high outcome type of guys. You know, buy low, sell high. That's what you get with guys like him, and we'll see what Josh Wiley's doing. But I'll say this, as it pertains to the draft in these last 9 months of watching Randall a year do work. If y'all can't see what's cooking, I mean, it screw the situation where it's who reports to who. Are you worried about who's reporting to who when these signings are coming through?
No, it's all ran.
No, and it's very obvious what they're trying to do. Hey, thanks Ramon for popping on. I'm glad this story came down while you were on the bike with us. Appreciate you.
Hey, still shout out to my guy Mason, man. That's big. That's big. Hey, y'all keep signing my friends. Y'all ain't gonna ever fire me at this radio show, okay?
There he is.
Love it. Good timing.
He's Ramon Foster. If you see him on the trail,
Enjoy
pat
the
him
ride,
on the back.
Savage.
All right, when we come
Hey,
back
I'm
more.
I'll see y'all out here.
When we come back, more on this Calvin Ridley signing. Titans signing former Jags wide receiver Calvin Ridley. 4 years, $92 million, $50 guaranteed. What does that mean for this Titans offense? More next on 104.5 The Zone.
Twitch, please. Maybe you are going to have people over now to your house to, plan for football season and watch some of the hometown teams' games, and you want to make sure everything's organized and beautiful and awesome. Artisan Custom Closets can help you out there. Maybe it's a playroom or a game room, and there are a lot of kids' toys around, and you want an organization system put in place that looks like it belongs. Artisan Custom Closets can do it. Do you need a new show-stopping closet? Do you want a garage system? Do you need a home office? Do you want your pantry redone or your laundry room or mud room? Guess what? Artisan Custom Closets can do all of it. Don't just clean out the messy areas of your home. Get them organized with custom storage solutions available from Artisan Custom Closets. They also will stay within your budget. They have anything. It's all custom. They can do anything that matches your style, and they also have great multiple financing options too. Schedule your consultation, your free consultation with Artisan Custom Closets now, 615-800-2199. Say goodbye to clutter and hello to calm with Artisan Custom Closets at artisancustomclosets.com.
You out here making mistakes, choosing the wrong asphalt, that's your fault. Don't choose the wrong asphalt. I got somebody for you. Milliken Corp, experts in concrete, asphalt, grading, and drainage services right there for you. All you got to do is give them a shout. 615-238-5909. That is real simple. 615-238-5909. When you talk about someone getting the job done, someone always answering, that's what they stand beside. Hungry, humble, and smart. The difference between Milliken Corp and normal concrete companies is that they provide top-notch customer service. Have you called companies and it was weeks before getting a response? If you even got a response, not Milliken. No, when you give them a call, you speak to someone directly, and then an expert calls and returns it within 24 hours. Typically, your project can be started within a 4-week window from your first phone call. Where else can that happen, man? Their word is their warranty. Stand on it. Stand by it. Concrete, just like their word, that's their work. Milliken Corp. Not your fault. You choose the wrong asphalt. MillikenCorp.com.
Thanks to Krispy Cookies for opening early. How about that? We come to Bridgestone Arena.
Hey, boy, if y'all
Check
ain't got
them
no
out.
Krispy Cookies, I used to get these in high school.
You did? Mm-hmm. Oh, I did. I wasn't introduced to them until I got to.
No, they used to cook them. They used to give us the little small microwavable ovens or whatever they are. Microwavable ovens. What, the little baby ovens. And they used to sell them. Three for $1.20, something like that.
Ooh,
something weird. Yeah.
Inflation has
Boy.
gotten us.
Yeah.
So
Man,
normally
this is the best cookie I've ever had.
amazing.
Normally we would have Todd Fuhrman here. We bumped him. I'm sure he's pissed at us, but that's okay. The Titans have signed Calvin Ridley, and we need to get your reaction on that. 615-737-1045. But now you're looking at the way this roster is getting shaped up. Will Levis with Mason Rudolph as the backup, running back, Spears and Pollard. Wide receiver now, D-Hop, Calvin Ridley, Traylon Burks. We'll see what they do with NWI. Offensive line with Lloyd Cushenberry at center. Skoronski, obviously the young player at left guard, so you're working around that. Tight ends, Chig and Jack Wiley, who Ramon just talked about. Safety, you got a question mark there, but they do have interest in a guy we'll talk about in a minute. Outside linebacker, Harold Landry, Arden Key.
Yep.
Inside linebacker, Kenneth Murray, and you need one. And defensive line, you got Simmons, and then you need some help there too.
Right.
So they are pushing this roster, and kicker Nick Folk has signed a one-year deal.
Oh, so you do have a kicker back.
Welcome back.
I hope he's okay.
Titans rumblings, and then we'll get to the phones. We'll get to the phones.
God, Davenport, it's such a wet blanket.
615-737-1045. According to Brad Stainbrook and others, Titans engaged in trade talks with the Chiefs for cornerback L'Jarius Sneed. I know the Colts are reportedly involved in that deal as well. Apparently, the Titans are offering a third-round pick, which they don't have, so I guess it's for next year. And the Chiefs apparently want a second-round pick for L'Jarius Sneed. So if the Titans come out of there with L'Jarius Sneed for a third-round pick in 2025, steal. They're hosting linebacker Jerome Baker, which would be that other inside linebacker, on a visit on Thursday. He's 27 years old, third-round pick in 2018 out of Ohio State, 6'2", 225. Made his first career start, ironically enough, against the Titans, just like Cushenberry. That's weird. Was put on injured reserve in January. The reason, dislocated wrist, so no big deal. His agent, Drew Rosenhaus, said he's a great player in his prime. Third on the team in tackles of the Dolphins last year, 78 tackles, 1.5 sacks, 2 tackles for a loss, 2 interceptions from his middle linebacker position, and 1 touchdown. 5 career INTs in 6 seasons, 22.5 sacks. Titans targeting Justin Simmons, a safety, 30 years old out of Boston College, third-round pick, 6'2", 202. 4-time second-team All-Pro. I'm not talking about Pro Bowl. I'm talking about All-Pro. NFL co-interception leader in 2022. 30 interceptions in his 8-year career. Had at least 3 in each of his past 6 seasons. 26 total in the last 6 years. That from Diana Rossini. Titans interested in defensive end Eric Armstead. He may end up with the Texans. And some of these things could have already happened because we're doing a show live and things are happening very quickly, including Titans news. So we'll get to it when we can. Also, Ian Rappaport of the Titans will host Chase Young. We talked about that yesterday. So trying to reshape this offense, and I'm trying to get everything in real quick. Pollard, 3 years, $24 million, $10.49 guaranteed, only a $4 million cap hit in 2024.
Not bad.
So when you see the numbers for Jags wide receiver, former Jags wide receiver Calvin Ridley, 4 years, $92 million with $50 guaranteed. We'll have to see how that breaks down before you start looking at these cap numbers. But an aggressive move by Rand Carthon. Your take, 615-737-1045. Let's go to Johnny the Poet first up this segment. Johnny, what's up, man? Oh, my Lord.
I've watched every run that Tony Pollard ran. I won't apologize for being a Cowboys fan. But I moved here a decade ago. I love the Titans, yo. And I hope that Nashville I'm wrong. But I fear that Tony, he sung his swan song. And I don't mean to be callous, but I watched him in Dallas. Oh, Tony, won't you run? And I hope he overcomes obstacles, doesn't become a walking popsicle. It's okay, Donnie Slay. You know that I'm the way. Tony Potter, won't you run? Get 1,000 yards. You're taking over a king. Bye.
Johnny the Poet.
There you go, Tony Pollard.
With the only anti-Tony Pollard song ever written.
That was good.
That was good.
He's a Cowboy fan. What do you expect?
Yeah. Let's go to Noah next up on 3HL. Thank you, Johnny. Noah, what's up, man?
Hey, man, I ain't got a song for you, but I'm definitely loving the Calvin Ridley signing because now at number 7, the Titans take Brock Bowers out of Georgia, and I love it because this is a deep draft. You go get your tackle in the second. I'm loving it all the way.
Love it, man. Thank you.
This offense with Brock Bowers would be
what did the head coach say? I like guys that could score touchdowns. Yep. What did he just do? Calvin Ridley had 8 last year. Yep. You go Brock Bowers with 7? I mean, I know you. I know where you are.
Yep.
Where are you, Babs? Are you still left tackle at 7? I'm even more solidly in favor of moving back now.
Well, what this signing
picks
has done, I think it also allows you to jump into a possible trade conversation too. I mean, it was such a hole that you needed to fill along with the left side of your line, that the fact that you were able to fill this one in free agency with that level of a player, I think allows everything to open up for you to go in some different directions, and also opens up possible trade talks, I think.
Yeah, we'll talk more throughout the show.
But yes, I still say you need to protect your damn quarterback if you want to be able to get the ball to Calvin Ridley or DeAndre Hopkins or Tajay Spears or Pollard.
Nobody disagrees with you. Like, it's hard to have the anti-protected quarterback take.
That's what I'm talking about, Babs.
It's hard to have that take. Maybe move down. Who's the guy that Cosell really loved from Oregon State? He didn't like Joe Alt's tape.
Right.
Fuaga.
Yeah.
Maybe you move down, you take him, you acquire a third-round pick and another pick, and you supplement depth there with the fastest wide receiver left on the board.
I feel you give me Joe Alt.
Joe Alt.
You're good with Alt.
I'm stuck on Alt.
All right.
Do you need to get out of here?
I'd be okay. With Alt.
Go talk to more important people like Paul Feinbaum.
Rand has put himself in position right here.
Yes,
and so has Brian Callahan with today's. And here's the thing. They're going to sell more tickets. I guarantee you that ticket office line is ringing.
No doubt. And it should.
Calvin Ridley. All right, reaction, more phone calls. We've got one line open if you want it. Grab it, 615-737-1045. Titans sign former Jags wide receiver Calvin Ridley. We want your reaction. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
We're sitting in Bridgestone Arena right now. I love this place, and you'll love it on a big Saturday night in Smashville, too. The Preds continue to march towards the playoffs, and on Saturday, March 23rd, you can see them take on the Detroit Red Wings at 4 o'clock right here in this building. Plus, join the Preds for Ford Military Week, honoring active and retired military heroes. You can get tickets for the game at NashvillePredators.com/tickets, and you can never miss any games when you buy your season tickets for the 2024-25 season. Preds are giving you a sweater with your tickets and a lot of other great benefits. Lock them in at NashvillePredators.com/season tickets.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. What up, Nashville? Brent Doherty, Don Davenport now with you as Ron Slay goes to do his SEC network responsibilities, broadcasting live from Bridgestone Arena in advance of the SEC basketball tournament coming up tonight. You've got Arkansas and Vanderbilt. Arkansas a 6.5-point favorite. Vandy won at Arkansas 85-82 a couple of weeks ago. Arkansas a 74.3% chance to win, according to the ESPN game thing. Vanderbilt 2-2 in their last 4. Tyron Lawrence averaging 20 points per game in the last 4. Arkansas 3-3 in its last 6. Khalif Battle, number 0 for the Hogs. Last 5 games, 32.6 points per game for Battle. Winner plays number 5 South Carolina Thursday at 2:30. And then the nightcap at about 8:30. Both games on the SEC Network. The 11-seed Georgia Bulldogs, 14-seed Missouri. Georgia with a 69.2% chance to win. Missouri has lost 18 in a row, obviously, because they are 0-18 in conference play. They've also lost 21 out of their last 22. Georgia, in its last 12, just 2-10. Winner plays the 6-seed Florida Gators Thursday at 8:30. Tomorrow's games, noon. 8-seed LSU, 9-seed Mississippi State. Winner gets Tennessee on Friday. 2:30, the 5-seed South Carolina against the Arkansas Vandy winner. 6 o'clock, 7-seed Texas A&M, 10-seed Ole Miss. They just played. They'll play again. 8:30, 6-seed Florida against the Georgia-Missouri winner. That's what's going on here at Bridgestone Arena. But the big news today, the Tennessee Titans have signed former wide receiver of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Calvin Ridley. The deal worth 4 years, or for 4 years, $92 million with $50 guaranteed. That coming off the heels of the quarterback deal, 1-year deal with Mason Rudolph to be the backup quarterback behind Will Levis, $3.6 million. Titans also re-signed running back Julius Chestnut to a 1-year deal today, and they have tendered Dr. Gibby. Still in need of a third corner, a safety next to Amani Hooker, an inside linebacker next to Kenneth Murray, probably a couple of defensive linemen, and obviously the continued problems on the offensive line. But Rand Carthon making a tremendously big move today with Calvin Ridley. Your reaction, 615-737-1045. Zev, let's go to line 4, Alvin in Nashville. Alvin, what's up?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good, man.
Hey, y'all kind of stole my thunder with Ramon, but I was going to say the same thing about Brock Bowers, but then also, like Don said, give you more flexibility as far as it may be a corner or something that somebody was maybe thinking about going up to get or something like that. It give you a whole lot more flexibility as far as that goes. And I just hang up and listen.
Right. Hey, appreciate it,
Or
man.
even trading back, honestly.
I'm a big proponent for that now. Also in talks with the Chiefs for L'Jarius Sneed, so keep that in mind. So if you put L'Jarius Sneed out there with Awuzie, who, by the way, Awuzie was the Bengals' number 1 cornerback before he got injured. Yep. So when he was the number 1 cornerback when they made the Super Bowl run. So the guy, if he can return to that form, you've got something there. But if you add L'Jarius Sneed to McCrary and Awuzie, then you're working with something there at corner. 615-737-1045.
Well, and now don't you feel better at filling the wide receiver spot with maybe having some kind of ability to trade for L'Jarius Sneed?
Potentially, yes. And again, the word around the campfire on that deal is that the Titans have offered a third-round pick, which they don't have in this year's draft, so I'm assuming that would be 2025, and that the Chiefs want a second-round pick, and that's kind of where they are right now. Would you give a second-round pick in 2025 for L'Jarius Sneed?
Probably.
I would.
Yep.
Because you've got time to rework your draft capital before then, and you get the
also
player.
Because of the way you've gone about this free agency.
Right.
Yeah.
So L'Jarius Sneed, more information on him. 6'1", 192. 4th-round pick out of Louisiana Tech, just turned 27 years old. One report indicating, as I mentioned, 3rd-round pick is what the offer is. The Chiefs apparently want a 2nd-round pick. Since entering the league in 2020, L'Jarius Sneed has 6.5 sacks, which is most by a cornerback since 2020. He's also 5th among all defensive backs in sacks since entering the league. 54 starts in 4 seasons, 10 interceptions. He has at least 2 in each of his 4 seasons, 19 tackles for a loss, 6.5 sacks, is what you're looking for there. Very physical player, as is Awuzie at cornerback. They have opened the doors here. So 4:45, I guess, was the time. Vanderbilt fans I see in here, and appreciate that fandom with regard to the season that they've had. Now I see some Orange, Tennessee guys coming in. They don't play till Friday, so there you go. Let's go to line 5, Zeph. Wayne in Nashville. Wayne, what up?
How y'all doing?
Good, man.
Good, man. First of all, I think the Titans need Joe Alt. I believe that severely. And I can't remember the last time where this many Titans players have gone to their division rivals, right? Derek, right? Autry, Alshire. It's been a long time. But I appreciate y'all, and y'all have a good one.
Thank you, brother.
There was a bunch back in that didn't. It was McNair, Mason,
and Samari Roll all went to the Ravens. Ravens, yes.
Yeah.
Look at all these Tennessee fans in here. This is funny. They don't play till Friday.
That's all right. They're just here to watch some good basketball.
Listen, they're turning into Kentucky fans. Like, I'm going to go to every session. Hey, Eggy Bob, you want this Uncrustable, by the way? Look at him. There you go. Davenport already took care of lunch earlier.
I ate lunch, so I didn't have to eat my Uncrustable.
Your little, fourth grade snack. Man, there's so much going on. In terms of guys that left, since Wayne brought that up, guys that left. Sean Murphy-Bunting got 3 years, $22.5 million, $17.3 guaranteed with the Cardinals. Danico Autry, 2 years, $20 million. So $10 million per with the Texans. Azeez Alshire, 3 years, $34 million. So just north of $11 million per for Azeez Alshire with the Texans. Aaron Brewer gets 3 years, $21 million in Miami. So $7 million per for him. Derrick Henry, 2 years, $16 million with escalators up to $20 million to go to Baltimore. With the Titans, Cowboys running back Tony Pollard will be 27 next month. Of course, the King is 30, so 3 years younger there. Broncos center Lloyd Cushenberry, same age as Brewer, almost the same month even, 26 years old. Bengals quarterback Awuzie,
huge upgrade, though.
29. He'll be 29 in May. He is 2 years older than Sean Murphy-Bunting, so they get a couple of years older there. Chargers linebacker Kenneth Murray is just 25 years old. Azeez Alshire, 26. So younger in two of those four signings, same age in one and a couple of years older in the other.
But cheaper.
But cheaper, yeah. What else do I need to do? Nothing. Let's go to the phone, 615-737-1045. Trey in Nashville on line 6. Trey, what is up?
Wow. We got our playmaker, y'all.
You're excited about the Calvin Ridley deal.
Oh, of course. That's what we need, another 1,000-yard receiver. That's 2,000. We get a tight end that can give us, 5. I think it'll be good for us. We made some pretty good moves today. I love the Mason Rudolph deal.
Yeah.
When he was in Pittsburgh, he really didn't have the opportunity to get out there and show his skill set. But he has great skill set. I'm excited, y'all. Y'all have a good day, and thank you.
See you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Here's the thing. Mason Rudolph will be the guy, 3 weeks from now, we'll all be going, oh, yeah, I forgot they signed Mason Rudolph because they signed Calvin Ridley right on top of it.
Yeah.
So
Although it's a great signing.
In his last 2 full seasons, Calvin Ridley, last year 76 for 1,016 and 8 touchdowns. In 2020, before that suspension, 90 receptions, 1,374 yards, and 9 touchdowns. This is potentially an elite playmaker that completely transforms this offense into something it has never been. The addition of Pollard shows you exactly what they want to do. They want to be multiple. They want to spread you out. They want to throw the football and run the football. They want to be less predictable, and that's what's been obvious about this free agency period. So, yeah, now you make the case for Joe Alt, let's say, at left tackle with the 7th pick.
Yeah.
Then you've got Joe Alt, Peter Scarronti, and Cushenberry left to right. Then you're worried about right guard, right tackle, right? So, I mean, he's putting – this roster in position, right? Like we talked about, this is a 2-year plan, but he's doing it in a way to give them a chance this year too.
Absolutely.
And it, at the very least, to be an exciting brand of offensive football.
Right.
Not just run your head into the wall.
Do need some pieces defensively to to be able to stop people, but yes.
That is true.
Well, and now Hopkins, Ridley on the field at the same time. All of a sudden, you take all the pressure off Treylon Burks if he still ends up staying here.
Makes him better.
Who knows? Maybe he's part of trade conversations, but it makes him better. It takes the pressure off. It allows him to possibly, swing into the slot a little bit. Who knows?
Yep.
But I think it's going to be really exciting to watch.
615-737-1045. 5 o'clock hour coming up. Your reaction. The Titans sign former Jags wide receiver Calvin Ridley. 615-737-1045.
For those of you who are unaware, T-Mobile calls themselves the Un-Carrier Network, which is fitting considering they've just unexpectedly unextended their price lock guarantee for new customers. Who wouldn't be unhappy with a company that undoes its own promises unchecked? That's pretty uncool, right? If you're unimpressed with the Uncarrier and uncomfortable with a company that says one thing and then unapologetically does another, it is time to unlike them and switch to Xfinity, whose whole home Wi-Fi, wired internet service, speed, and reliability are unparalleled. Unjoin the Uncarrier. Switch to Xfinity today. And now through June 21st, new customers can get started with 150 megabits per second Xfinity internet for less than what you pay for T-Mobile home internet. It's all just $20 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Make sure you switch today. Go to Xfinity.com/TMO fax, call 1-800-XFINITY, or just visit a store today. Does require paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment taxes, fees extra. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Actual speeds vary. Effective for new customers after 1/17/2024. T-Mobile's price lock will only reimburse your last bill if you terminate service due to a price increase.
What's happening, good people? Ron Slay coming to you live and direct. Yes, fellas, you been feeling a little tired? You're a little grumpy? You notice lack of motivation and drive? Have somebody close to you, your spouse, noticed it? Well, take heed to it. All you got to do is go to Low T Center, get your testosterone levels checked, and get right into it and get a boost. $25 to get your T levels tested with the results back in 25 minutes. Make your health and the quality of life a priority. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment today. Reinventing men's healthcare, lowtcenter.com.
Good evening from Bridgestone Arena as we get ready for the SEC tournament to start at 6 p.m. between Vandy and Arkansas. But the news, Tennessee Titans. Earlier today, they made some signings, but those don't matter because the fact that the Tennessee Titans have just signed Calvin Ridley to a 4-year, $92 million deal. $50 million of that is fully guaranteed. Last year, he started all 17 games for the Jacksonville Jaguars, had over 1,000 yards receiving and 8 touchdowns. And then just Nick Folk, we love you, bro, but mere seconds after the Calvin Ridley news broke, we also found out that the Titans have re-signed veteran kicker Nick Folk to a 1-year, $3.7 million deal. For all the foundation repair and waterproofing needs that you may have, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for you Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone, broadcasting live from Bridgestone Arena. We are outside section 118, 119. If you want to come say hello, the doors are open for tonight's sessions. Vanderbilt and Arkansas at 6, Georgia and Missouri at 8:30. Those are the 2 games tonight. Fans are already in the building representing all the teams. We've seen them all in here, and it's going to be a fun week. We will be here all week, as a matter of fact. So if you are going to the SEC tournament tomorrow or Friday and you are here while we are here, we'll be here until 6 o'clock. Come by and see us. Say hello already. A lot of people have done that, and we certainly appreciate that. Again, outside gate 118, 119. If you come in the front door, go to the left, you'll run into us. The big news, obviously, and we'll get right to it, Britt Doherty, Don Davenport with you. Ron Slay has gone to do his SEC network responsibilities, but the big news of the day, the Titans have signed former Jaguars wide receiver Calvin Ridley, 4 years, $92 million, 50 guaranteed. People walking by have not heard that story, obviously just reacted to me saying that, and we want to get your reaction. 615-737-1045. Don, in his last 37 games, Calvin Ridley with 197 receptions. That's more than 5 receptions per game for his last 37. 2,671 yards, which is 72 yards per game for his last 37, and 19 touchdowns in those 37 games, which is obviously 1 every 2 games. Your take on Calvin Ridley, the signing now, giving the Titans an extra weapon at wide receiver that they desperately needed.
Did you say your thoughts? Sorry, I can't hear in here. People are in here now.
Louder.
I can't hear, yes.
Yeah.
I think it absolutely transforms this roster along with the other moves that you've made. I love the deal. There's some people out there saying that sometimes fans hitting me up saying that the Titans overpaid. And
here's the thing with free agency. We talked about it yesterday. No matter what news comes out about free agency, there's going to be nega fan in there.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
I don't quite understand that either, too, because the reports right before this were that the Jags and the Patriots were the only 2 in on him. Titans, sweep in, and the reports out there are saying that the Jags were going to pay $20 a year. The Patriots were going to pay $22. I mean, this is $50 million guaranteed, but that's less
21, and then the Titans came in at 22, or 22,
right.
23 maybe. What it
right.
was.
So it's right on. It's
yeah.
right on that number. Now, a lot of people also may be complaining. Okay, but it's a 29-year-old wide receiver. I'm like, look at what DeAndre Hopkins is doing right now. Also, Calvin Ridley had some time off, so
yes, he did.
He hasn't played like a 29-year-old yet. He hasn't had the hits, all of that. I just think I think it's a phenomenal move. I had brought it up earlier this week that I would like that move, and I think now all of a sudden you're in a completely different position going into this draft with what you've done in free agency. It's still a rebuild, but now all of a sudden you have some pieces in place to where you can have some success this year, and then, hey, 2-year rebuild, and maybe you can contend in that second year.
The Titans will have to be defended differently this year. And let's just say I think most people would agree they enjoyed watching DeAndre Hopkins and thought he had a really good year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine what he's going to do
Right.
with Calvin Ridley on the field at the same time.
So yards per game, DeAndre Hopkins 62.2 in his last 37. Calvin Ridley 72. 10 more yards per game. Yardage 1,057. What did I do that at? 4.4 receptions per game for DeAndre Hopkins. 5.3 receptions per game for Calvin Ridley in the last 37.
The last 37 games.
Yeah, and that's in a span of 37 games, you're going to have some games where you didn't play well, right? Or you didn't have the numbers or whatever. So for these numbers to be this high, that is something.
Yeah.
Like the Titans went out there and got better today.
And one of Fuhrman's issues too is, okay, well, if you just look at the games that Ridley played when Zay Flowers wasn't there, when now I'm blanking.
Yeah, I forget. But
Kirk wasn't there.
Christian Kirk, yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, look at any good wide receiver that's on the field.
Wait, I want to pause
how
for
are
this
they?
Because there are two Missouri fans walking by, and I so love that. 0-18, and they're here supporting their team. I love that. Good luck, guys. It can't get any worse.
Oh, she said it can't get any worse.
Sorry, I had to.
I actually can. I can't even tell her that you can never say that because it really can't get any worse for them.
Yeah, I really can't.
No. Anyway, how is any number one wide receiver going to be if they're the only target out there? I mean, your offense is just completely transformed now if you're the Titans.
I think that's Todd just wanting to make stats into his argument.
Well, I mean, that's how he makes his living. So,
yeah.
And he does a great job at it.
But when you take the totality of 37 games,
correct.
you're going to have a hard time finding receivers with numbers like this.
Yeah.
With that kind of consistency.
So we've heard over the last couple days some negativity from the Titans fan base, not happy with some of the free agent moves, to which we had said, well, be patient. You don't know what's going on. Rand Carthon is slowly but surely trying to fix holes in this roster, and there are so many of them. And, then this move comes out. Does this change the naysayers out there, the Titans naysayers, and what just went down in free agency? Does this change your opinion?
Right. In terms of playmakers, now the quarterback position, Will Levis, Mason Rudolph, you're good there, right?
Yep.
Running back, Spears and Pollard, you're
Great.
good there, right? They signed Chestnut also. He'll be the third back. Wide receiver.
He's a big guy.
And he's a big guy. Wide receiver, D-Hop, Calvin Ridley, Traylon Burks. You're good with those three.
I mean, who knows? Yeah.
Well,
Who knows what Traylon Burks can be?
We're all jumping on Slave's plan, right, with Burks?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Who knows what Burks can be when you have these two guys on the field?
That is definitely true. He would not be schemed. Center, Lloyd Cushenberry, Peter Scaracci at left guard. Makes a whole lot of sense to go left tackle now. I mean, complete sense in the first round. And then, let's say OLJ gets something out of Nicholas Petit-Frere at right tackle. Mm-hmm. And then, suddenly your offensive line is so much better than it was last year. I mean, so we'll see. Need some pieces on defense. They're still meeting with people and some big-name players too. So we'll talk more about that as we go through the show. But we want your reaction. Calvin Ridley is now a Titan. Greg in Cooperstown, does that kind of outline what you do with the draft, Greg?
Well, you know what? I love what you're doing. Everything about done great. All changes. But, man, I'd love to see Brock Bowers come on.
I got you, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of arguments for that. Thank you, Greg, for the phone call. A lot of arguments for Brock Bowers with that first pick. I would be okay with that, too, honestly. Y'all know how I feel about playmakers.
I still wouldn't.
I listen to the head coach. Head coach says he wants guys that can score touchdowns over guys that can't. So
I wouldn't be surprised if it happened, but I would not necessarily be great with it. Shore up the line, finish it off, and give your quarterback protection.
All right, more of your phone calls when we come back. Again, Titans signed former Jags wide receiver Calvin Ridley, 4 years, $92 million, $50 guaranteed. 615-737-1045. As we continue to broadcast live at Bridgestone Arena in advance of the SEC basketball tournament, Don Davenport will have a giveaway in the next segment, so you will want to stay tuned for that. And again, you can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
The F&M Bank chat is open for y'all. Your opinion about Calvin Ridley, jump on in there. We'll be right back. 104.5 The Zone.
Outdoor lighting.
Have you noticed your neighbor's house and they look great at night and yours does not because you don't have landscape lighting? Well, Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of Nashville is who you need to call to help light up your night. They do residential landscape lighting. They've been around for over 38 years. They design, install, and maintain your lighting, whether it's festival lights or path lights or wall washing, tree lighting, area lighting. They also do maintenance on lighting systems they did not install. They're the best. They just lit up my backyard, and it's amazing. Here's another reason that they are the best. Outdoor Lighting Perspectives has a team called Light the Way that benefits the Rally Foundation for Childhood Cancer Research. For the next couple of weeks, we're heading into Rally on the Runway, and you guys know I talk about this every year, the event with the Titans, and how much I absolutely love this charity. Well, Outdoor Lighting Perspectives team light the way for all customers that purchase a lighting install up until April 18th. Outdoor Lighting Perspectives will give a $100 donation to Rally Foundation for Childhood Cancer Research in that customer's name, and I promise you every little bit matters. So if you're thinking about it, what a great time to go ahead and do it. Go to outdoorlights.com/Nashville and let Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of Nashville light up your night.
Below MSRP? Below MSRP. Below MSRP. It's pretty simple. Two Rivers Ford sells all new non-specialty Fords below MSRP.
3HL 104.5, The Zone. Britt Doherty, Don Davenport with you. Ron Slay doing his SEC Network responsibilities. Obviously, a couple of games tonight on the SEC Network. Live here at Bridgestone Arena, which is where we are. 6 o'clock, 12-seed Arkansas, 13-seed Vanderbilt. Arkansas, a 6.5-point favorite in that game. And the 11-seed Georgia Bulldogs, number 14, Missouri. Georgia, a 2.5-point favorite in that one. Those are the two games tonight. We will be back down here tomorrow. We will be back down here on Friday. Obviously, getting your reaction. Titans signing former Jacksonville Jaguars wide receiver Calvin Ridley, 4 years, $92 million, $50 guaranteed. And we're seeing this offense flip into more of a wide-open type thing. Right before our eyes in free agency, we're seeing Rand Carthon set themselves up for having a lot fewer holes as they go into the draft. Not saying it's a Super Bowl team, but this team is much better than it was last year following free agency, in my opinion. 615-737-1045. How shocked were you to hear that Calvin Ridley news, Don?
I'm sure that Zeph or somebody can go back and pull it, because we'll probably want to save it since it happened live on our air.
I think we all kind of went, oh,
I
like
think
somebody
that
made a big three or something.
Exactly. I think that will tell you exactly how shocked I was. Because coming into the day, all the reports out there were that it was Jags and Patriots in on him, and that was it. And I had even said earlier in our show when you brought that up and that news, I had even said, oh, man, I would have been happy if the Titans were in on Ridley, And so I was shocked because of it.
Very much so. 615-737-1045 at 3HL 1045. What do they do next? We kept hearing stories today about some other things that Brad Stainbrook put out. Engaged in trade talks with Chiefs cornerback, L'Jarius Sneed. He reported that the Titans are offering a third-round pick, which they don't have this year, so potentially a 2025 third-round pick, and that the Chiefs want a second-round pick. So that's where he says it is. Adam Schefter put out there hosting linebacker Jerome Baker on a visit on Thursday, 6'2", 225. He would go next to Kenneth Murray at inside linebacker. What else do we have? We've got Titans targeting safety Justin Simmons. 30 interceptions in his 8-year career. He's had at least 3 in each of the past 6 seasons. He has played his entire career in Denver. Diana Rossini with that story. Titans also interested in defensive end Eric Armstead or defensive tackle. Don, he is 30 years old, but he's 6'7", 290.
Woo!
Get off the bus, big man. First-round draft pick in 2015 out of Oregon. 33.5 career sacks. He had 5 sacks last year. This will be year 10 for him. Titans will host Chase Young.
I don't know about the age there.
I know, but they need bodies on defensive line for sure. And
well, he better be cheaper then.
The word around the campfire, for whatever that's worth, is because the Texans shipped off a defensive tackle to San Francisco that they may be, in fact, signing Eric Armstead. So we'll see. Titans will host Chase Young. This will be year 5 for him. He'll turn 25 in April. 7.5 sacks last year. He tore his right ACL in 2021, only played 3 games in 2022. The word is, and we talked about this yesterday, like when you think about Chase Young, you think injuries. Mm-hmm. But when you really look at it, it's only been the ACL. It's funny how that gets put on players, right? Like, oh, he's injury prone. But his other injuries, he missed 1 game with a groin strain in 2020. He missed 1 game with a neck stinger in 2023. That's it, outside of the ACL. Now, it was a grade 3 ACL sprain or ACL tear.
He played 9 games in 2021. He only played 3 games in 2022.
Right, because he tore his ACL.
Right.
Okay, 615-737-1045.
That's what I'm saying. It
so
stretched
over
2 seasons, 2 years with recovery.
So that's how it gets placed on you.
And so, so that has.
That's a good point.
There's a big reason that kind of does it, because it stretched over 2 years.
Yep. Other news today, Titans re-signed running back Julius Chestnut to a 1-year deal, so bigger option at running back behind Spears and Pollard. Titans expected to shine Sadiq Charles to a 1-year deal.
Yeah, I had to look him
is.
up. I had no idea who he was, so I did a little research last night. What do you want to know about Charles over there?
Yeah, I mean, you said injury prone.
Yes.
That he's got talent, that people think he is a very talented player. He just hasn't been able to show it because of injury.
Yes, correct. So that is hey, you bring him in. If he can stay healthy, apparently he could be a player. Everybody talked about his potential. He just couldn't stay healthy enough on the field to be able to show it. He played a majority of his snaps last year at left guard, but also played right tackle and right guard a bunch too. So he's that swing guy. He can kind of step in anywhere. He's obviously a low risk, small chance at a high reward. You might as well, and you need some depth.
Yep. Well said on him. Titans have tendered Dr. Gibby to 1-year deal. Mason Rudolph. That's going to get lost in all of the other stuff today.
Great move.
But great move, yeah. $3.6 million to be the backup quarterback here. Big Savagery, Ramon Foster. You can hear more of his take tomorrow on RK Dub. 6 to 10 weekday mornings on 104.5 The Zone. Loves Mason Rudolph. He played with him. He knows what's behind the dude. And had a glowing review of him for us earlier in the show. While we were talking with him about Mason Rudolph, the Titans, the news came down, signed former Jags wide receiver Calvin Ridley. Again, 4 years, $92 million, 50 of which is guaranteed. We'll have to see how that contract is broken down. 615-737-1045. What? You look perplexed.
I know. I feel like I'm just going at the negative Titans fan base people.
I mean,
but some of the tweets I'm getting and seeing, I want to rip my hair out.
Well, maybe they end up being right. Who knows? I don't think so. Like I said, last 37 games, he's averaged 5.3 receptions per game, 72 yards per game, and 1 touchdown every 2 games. Y'all thought DeAndre Hopkins had a good year, which he did. All of those numbers better. All of them.
Correct.
615-737-1045.
People saying, and there are multiple tweets about this, even Rich Eisen's producer tweeted this, wouldn't pay A.J. Brown, but will pay Ridley. Why? Brown was better. Okay. Just FYI.
There was a different general manager there?
There's a completely different staff in place.
Come on, people.
The GM that wouldn't pay A.J. Brown that traded him, yeah, he got canned, fired, gone.
Sorry, J-Rob. That was a bit harsh by Dawn.
Sorry, J-Rob. Love ya. Just don't love the holes that you left.
Yeah, good dude, but yeah.
But, yes. No, and honestly,
great dude,
I'm not going to go back to it, but J-Rob helped to transition this franchise in a really bad time.
Into a better time.
Into a better time.
Into an AFC championship game.
Yeah, exactly. And there were just misses on draft picks that drowned him. And obviously, the A.J. Brown trade did not go over well. Anyway, completely different GM. I'm pretty sure Rand Carthon might have made a different decision at that point.
Maybe so. 615-737-1045. Let's go to Ray on line 4 in Nashville. Ray, what's up? How are you?
Man, I'm doing great. I've been a Titans fan my whole life. I was at the logo unveiling this centennial, so today is a great day for me. Okay, okay. I heard somebody say that we needed Joe Alt. Joe Alt would be a cornerstone, but we need more draft capital because we have a lot of holes. So I would trade back to the back of that first round, and get us a third round pick. Because we have so many more holes. We need safety, linebacker, D-line, offensive line. So trading back would be the best thing for the Titans. Now, I'll hang up and listen. Thank you.
I will say this. Oh, I know those people. Hi. How are y'all? Hey. Sorry. I'll say this. I don't think you have to trade all the way back in the first round. I think, you get to 11 or 13, you're picking up multiple draft picks. For people to get into the top 10, they have to give up a lot. So, you go back to 13, you still get a really good offensive line, and you have the best offensive line coach in football, might be okay.
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it to get 2 more draft picks in the middle rounds?
What, 2 more middle round draft picks who you don't know what they're going to be anyway? No, because I want more of a sure thing in the top 10. Because for the most part, knock on wood, I know, but for the most part, at the position that you're going to go in the top 10 for the Titans, it's usually I won't say sure thing, but the percentage of it being a sure thing is pretty damn high.
Yeah, I just and I mean, fair point for sure, and they may probably end up.
We
doing
can
that.
agree to disagree.
Yeah, for sure. But I just think, with so many holes in terms of depth and all of those things, and this being such a great wide receiver thing, I still think you can get a tackle at 11 or 13, get him coached up by OLJ, and go multiple receivers with these 2 extra picks that you didn't have potentially. And you need corners too. You need a lot of corners. You need defensive linemen.
You got some holes defensively you've got to fill.
615-737-1045. I like that we disagree, actually. Matt in Chapel Hill. Matt, what's up?
What's up, y'all? First off, starting Clay and Slay over there from Tennessee boys. Chapel Hill girl we got up there on the hill, Miss Laura Mailer, broke the record from 2013. First girl to hit 3 home runs in one game. That was awesome. But to get back to Calvin, yes, sir, she broke it. Yes, sir. But get back to Calvin Ridley, adding him as a Titans fan, ball fan, all my life. I absolutely love it. I want to see the gas pedal. Let's go get Brock Bowers and put up 50.
It's funny.
Put up 50.
We got balls by 50, and now we're going to have Titans by 50.
Hey, thank you, Matt. Appreciate it.
Except you're not going to have any defensive guys to slow the other team down because.
Listen, why are you going to wet blanket everything?
Sorry.
Are the Titans better after free agency so
Hell
far?
to the yes.
Right. Why don't we focus on that?
I'm on it. I'm just telling. Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm keeping it real.
Just
keeping it real.
Yeah, they are so much better after free agency.
Is it funny to you? Because it is to me. I thought the signing of Calvin Ridley would turn more people toward offensive line, offensive tackle, I should say, with that first pick. But we're hearing so many Brock Bowers calls now.
Because now you see
like,
the
screw
potential.
Let's go.
Right? You see the potential there, but I still maintain that the potential ain't going to happen if your quarterback's dead.
You know what they're saying is that it's the fast lane with nobody in front of them. That's what they want. Gas pedal down.
That is what they're saying.
They want more of it. 615-737-1045
I like it. I love it.
at 3HL.
Oh, hey, speaking
1045 on Twitter.
Guess what I'm giving out in about 5 minutes? Tim McGraw tickets.
Oh, that's
I like
funny.
it. I love it. Yes. So in about 5-6 minutes, I will give you the cue to call as we go to break for to win Tim McGraw tickets. But not yet. I'll let you know.
Love it. 615-737-1045. Let's go to Billy next up on 3HL. Billy, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hey, no, my thing is I'm excited because we got Calvin Ridley, another dog. D-Hop, he's a dog. But in terms of, having a kennel, you can't have 2 dominant dogs, so is there any talk about who's going to be number 1 and who's going to be number 2? I mean, we exponentially got better today, but what's the talk on that? And what's D-Hop's thoughts, do y'all think? I'll hang up and listen. Thank y'all.
You really need, all of these teams that are great in the NFL have, 3 dogs at wide receiver.
Yeah. I think everybody freaking eats. And you know why D-Hop is going to be great with it? Because guess what? Now people have to deal with Calvin Ridley. Now you have to defend not only D-Hop, but Calvin Ridley too. And all of a sudden, D-Hop might be open more. All of a sudden, Treylon Burks might be open more. All of a sudden, you can't defend everybody. So there is no wide receiver out there that has an issue with a team bringing in another solid wide receiver to help. And I think they're 1A and 1B. I don't care. I don't give up.
I mean,
score points. Open each other up. Get it done.
So many teams have 2 big dog number 1 wide receiver. I mean, that's just.
I feel like you
look at. You have to, because that's the way the league went when they changed the rules and
look at Cincinnati.
Defensive backs can't do anything now, so everybody goes wide receiver.
Exactly. And look at Cincinnati and Joe Burrow and Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Tyler Boyd was their number 2 receiver technically, but wouldn't you look at that and be more interested in a T. Higgins? It doesn't. I know he was injured, but it doesn't matter. You have the more weapons you have, the better chance you have of getting open.
I mean, the Falcons had Drake London, and they just signed Darnell Mooney. So they're trying to give Kirk Cousins weapons.
Yeah.
And they've got Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, so that offense should be pretty good too.
So, my thought is D-Hop is pretty damn excited.
Let's go to Matthew on line 2. Your reaction, Matthew. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the Matt before me in Chapel Hill stole my thunder. I thought my mindset would be contrary to popular belief, but I would shift from the Joe Alt, Fashano to taking a tackle in the second round and go with Brock Bowers. I think that does a couple things. Obviously gives
everybody.
Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate it. It's really difficult. Honestly, it's difficult for us to hear callers, but we're doing the best we can on that one. But we did hear the Brock Bowers thing again. Listen, I'm down with it. Put as many weapons on offense as you possibly can. You've got OLJ, offensive line Jesus, and Bill Callahan. Coach them up, Big Bill.
Stop.
Let's go to Trent on line 3 in Texas. Trent, what's up?
Yes, I was just calling in to say I know we were probably going tackle round 1, and I think that's the right move, but Chargers might take him, and so I think it'd be cool to move back. But the real question is here, I was wondering if, even though we have Ridley, I look at most of the biggest, most competitive teams in the league outside of the Chiefs because they have Mahomes. But you look at those teams, and they all have 3 really good pass catchers. So why not Worthy at 38?
Thank you, brother. 615-737-1045. I mean, it
would be great to have the luxury to do that. You just have a lot of holes. The Titans have a lot of holes.
That's why I want draft capital.
Yeah. They still have, Rand Carthon has done a great job at utilizing their cap space right now. And what did you say Pollard's cap hit is this year, by the way?
$4 million.
Yeah.
$4 million
That's
cap
nothing.
hit 2024.
Anyway, so done a great job of filling needs and doing all that, but there's still a lot to fill. Now, kicker's done, right? We didn't know where that would be. Kicker's done. Running back position's done. Backup quarterback position's done. You have a key player at wide receiver now, but you still need another edge guy. You still need linebackers. You still need another corner. You still need a safety. There's still a lot of holes to fill.
Yeah, but fewer than when we started this deal.
Right.
And the big news today, wide receiver Calvin Ridley is a Titan. More of your reaction next. 3HL broadcasting live from Bridgestone Arena in advance of the SEC tournament. There are a lot of fans here. General admission seating is what we were told for tonight's sessions, and except for 4-day pass people, they get their seat. Outside of that, general admission, you can sit where you want. You can sit as low down as you want for tonight's games. Babsy, is your prize closet opening?
It's open. Another winning Wednesday on 3HL. Tickets for you to win from Bab's Prize Closet. It's sponsored by Artisan Custom Closets. Our phone number is 615-737-1045. And you are about to call when I give you the cue to win 2 tickets to see Tim McGraw's standing room only tour that's coming to Bridgestone Arena on Thursday, April 25th. Here you go, caller number 5 right now. 2 tickets to see Tim McGraw right here in Bridgestone, Thursday, April 25th. Good luck to you. That's brought to you by Artisan Custom Closets. You can visit artisancustomclosets.com today. Tell them Dawn sent you. They'll take care of you. Say goodbye to clutter and hello to calm with Artisan Custom Closets.
What's happening, good people? Ron Slay coming to you live and direct. Yes, fellas, you been feeling a little tired? You're a little grumpy? You notice lack of motivation and drive? Have somebody close to you, your spouse, noticed it? Well, take heed to it. All you got to do is go to Low T Center, get your testosterone levels checked, and get right into it and get a boost. $25 to get your T levels tested with the results back in 25 minutes. Make your health and the quality of life a priority. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment today. Reinventing men's healthcare, lowtcenter.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone, and we're back. F&N Bank Tower is open live at Bridgestone Arena in advance of the SEC tournament. You can watch the show YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Don Davenport brought a what is, commonly considered to be maybe the best snack out there, Smucker's Uncrustable. Peanut butter and grape jelly sandwich, soft bread. You all know it. You love it. You want some more of it.
Thanks, Tim.
Gosh. Man, who writes this show?
Oh.
So you brought this because of like the fourth grade lunch idea, and like you might need a snack during this show, and the concession stands weren't open, and all these things. But we found food before we came up here,
so I
you
didn't
ate your
need
lunch.
that.
So this Uncrustable has sat on the table the entire show. I tried to give it to Hunk. Hunk didn't want it.
Hunk doesn't like jelly. Only peanut butter. Hunk will eat like garbage off the ground, but will not eat jelly. Like, go figure.
My only problem with Uncrustables is you're supposed to keep them in the freezer, and I don't want to take the time to thaw them out.
Well, it doesn't take very long.
I don't think in advance.
I'm just not a PB&J guy.
You just
You're
like
a
peanut
PB
butter.
guy.
I'll eat a jelly biscuit. I'll eat a peanut butter sandwich. I will not eat them together.
That's just dumb.
I know. It's just me. It's my palate. I don't know. I can't explain.
That's like people that don't like peanut butter and chocolate together.
That's just dumb.
Yeah, kind of. I'll eat hamburgers. I'll eat cheese dip. I won't eat cheeseburgers. I'll eat pizza.
I don't understand.
I don't.
Them
Them together, I just don't do it. I don't.
I'll eat Cheetos off the ground, but I just will not.
I'll lick the floor, but
eat the best snack made to man, which is an Uncrustable.
Yeah, and I wasn't going to take it if I wasn't actually going to eat it.
No,
so,
I appreciate
that.
that. But now nobody's eating it. Now I feel bad.
I tried to give it to Eggy. Bobby wouldn't take it.
What is wrong with
Do you know how bad it is if me and Eki aren't going to take food? We basically eat everything.
Yo, what up? He said he's. Did he say he's in the building?
I don't know.
He waved. Don waved back.
Here go the Arkansas fans with the bedazzled hog hat.
Oh man, that is beautiful.
That is incredible.
That's a beautiful specimen.
I will say the people watching here is phenomenal. We did find, as we mentioned, it basically stopped the show in its tracks when two Missouri fans walked by. I'm like, boy, that is some love, man. To endure 0-18 and go to the SEC tournament.
Yeah, you know what her response was? It can't get any worse. And she's right.
No.
They expect to lose.
Ask Titans fans the last 2 years when we've said that.
Right.
Zeph.
Yeah, but they're 0-18.
Zeph, make sure you send an updated phone list to us, bro. Although we only have a couple of minutes. 615-737-1045. 4 years, $92 million. Denver Dan is on hold, according to Zeph. Let's go to Denver Dan. What's up, brother?
Hey, good evening, you guys. Good to be with you. So I'm totally down with the people that are saying take Brock Bowers in the first round and a tackle in the second round. But my question to you is, or my comment and then question, is only if the hype is true about Brock Bowers. Because I don't know. I'm a fan with limited access to the true dope about these people. What do you guys think about Brock? Is he really a one-in-a-generation kind of player?
Well, it's hard to say that. I would say, and I made the comment while he was playing last year, like how many NFL teams would he start on last year? And I think
all of them.
Well,
maybe not all, but a good portion,
a healthy percentage, and I think that's where we are. And then I saw somebody sent me like a cut up of him run blocking. And that dude is annihilating people in the run game. And I'm like, oh, my goodness. That proved to me even more that dude is a stud in the NFL. Once in a generation player, I don't know. I mean, you're putting him on a Hall of Fame list there. Maybe he is.
Top 10 pick?
Maybe he is. I don't know. But
you can make the argument, yes.
I think he's a multiple Pro Bowl player. You know what I mean? And do the Titans have that at tight end right now? No. Maybe. I mean, look, say what you want about Chig. He did get better last year. especially when Will Levis was inserted.
Boy, that's a hell of a stretch, though.
Well, he's not a Hall of Fame player, but
talking about Chig as
a Pro Bowler.
Pro Bowler,
maybe? I don't know.
That might be pushing it, but you never know. So just real quick, a lot of people want to say, okay, well, look at Kyle Pitts because everybody talked about him as that guy back in the draft, but there were more limitations with him that you saw on film. It wasn't as consistent.
Watch what happens with Pitts, and I'm not a Kirk Cousins lover necessarily. Nope. Strong words out of my mouth there, but I think you'll see a lot from Kyle Pitts this year. Hey, we appreciate all the feedback. Calvin Ridley, a Titan, that's something. More all day on the Zone tomorrow. Stay tuned. Love y'all. Mean it. Goodbye. God bless.
See ya.
When would it be?